So, und jetzt sind wir auch schon wieder hier auf dem Bagger eingetroffen. 15 Uhr müsste es jetzt sein und laut Zeitplan gehen wir dann auch demnächst rein in die Qualifikation von Iron Drift King. Sehe aber momentan wird noch die Burnout-Box ein bisschen sauber gemacht, nachdem Timo von Blacksmoke Racing an seinem Mercedes viel Öl verteilt hat.
Absolut, nicht nur über die Windschutzscheibe, sondern auch teilweise an den Rändern hier. Und natürlich ist der Gummiabrieb, der da drüben sich zu finden lässt, auch nicht ganz von schlechten Eltern. Das heißt, da wird jetzt nochmal drüber gefegt. Die ersten Fahrer stehen hier schon im Line-Up für den ersten Lauf.
Genau.
Und ja.
Derzeit müssen wir uns noch ganz kurz gedulden, bis dann alle Fahrer die gleichen Chancen haben, eine gleiche, saubere Burnout-Box zur Verfügung haben, um ihre Reifen aufzuwärmen, was ja hier sehr wichtig ist, weil kalte Semi-Slicks haben eine leichte Tendenz zum Wegschmieren und dann haben wir noch mehr Unfälle in der Wand drin. Will keiner von uns sehen, ist außerdem auch schrecklich ununterhaltsam. Somit geben wir den Jungs noch ein bisschen Zeit, das ganze Öl da vorne sauber zu bekommen und ihr werdet es deutlich hören, denke ich, wenn es dann losgeht. Wir sind auf jeden Fall bereit fürs Kommentieren des Qualifyings von Iron Drift King.
All right, everybody, welcome to Iron Drift King 2023 here in absolutely stunning and beautiful Ferropolis. My name is Jacob Gettens. I am going to be one of two walking you through qualifying today. And to my right, I've got
Mike Walton. I am here, have the pleasure of commentating with the legendary Jacob Gettens, the man with the hat you will all know him as. And what place this is, Jacob. This is absolutely insane. Have you seen this much machinery in one area ever in your life?
It is an enormous amount of steel. Like, that was the first thing. I know we've had a chance to kind of walk around and explore the whole venue, everything from the beaches to the way the stands are laid out to obviously this massive, digging machinery. It's incredible. It's one of the most unique venues I've ever seen.
It's absolutely unbelievable. It takes your breath away just walking around.
The scale of it.
Yes, you can't. I mean, they're showing a lot of clips here right in front of us, but none of these clips can even start to show the scale of these massive digging machines and earth-moving machines that are around us. Is absolutely amazing. It's almost like a post-apocalyptic vibe.
With all the smoke and the way the booths and everything's set up. But I'm incredibly honored, incredibly excited. So thank you to everybody on the Iron Drift King team for inviting us out. This is going to be wild.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely insane. And I can just see our first qualifier, Archie Sugar Hammer. Or Sugar Hammer, as you just called it. I'm sure he will love that name. I doubt that's the first time he's been called that. He's warming his tyres up now. He is from the United Kingdom and a very young lad, an E36, a 2.9 M50 BMW Turbo. Well, let's see what Archie has to offer for us today, Jacob.
Yeah, and we've also got, obviously, Drift Masters has been running kind of coincide, and we got to see some incredible runs there. It is a wild, wild event.
So here we are, Archie Harmer is on the line, tyres warmed. He will be looking ahead to try and prove a point here at Ferropolis in front of all the DMEC drivers. You'll see it's quite off-putting the whole audience is comprised, well, not the whole audience, but a large amount of the audience is comprised of some of the best drivers in the whole of Europe. So you're going to be wanting to put on the show as he enters in. Oh, a little bit of a limiter there from Archie Harmer as he makes it into the first, second and third clips nicely, though. Trying to get the feel of his car as he backs it into the, clipping point 4, hits the wall. Doesn't seem to disrupt his line too much, though, Jacob, as he comes through into clip 5. through 6 and 7. It's a fairly neat run.
Yeah, I mean, other than tapping the wall, but it did look like, not that he anticipated, but he was able to throttle out of it, keep the run going. So big thing to remember here, especially on initiation, you're going to see 2 lines right there, and that front left wheel needs to go through those. And it really, makes that first initiation incredibly important. And you can see, going through 1 and 2, and we've got a lot of different zones here. There's 7 in total. We might refer to them in a couple of different ways, but the big one to remember here is zone 4. This is where he does that bit of a wall tap. That is where you are going to make or break the majority of the points in your run. So the entire goal here, keeping both wheels in any of those zones. And Archie does a great job. Even with that hit, he was able to control the car and keep things in pretty deep. I know the judges, speaking with them, they want it. They want him on the wall the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, we've just seen, so Archie Sugahama in with a 68 there. He is sponsored by Auto Finesse, Fast-R, Rev Fire Extinguishers, Helix, Iron Performance, Birch Performance, CDK Tuning, and PO Performance. And up next, I believe we should have Anthony Rocky.
Yeah, from France. So number 4, BMW E30 with a 2J in it, 700 horsepower. That seems to be kind of the magic number around here, between 6 to 8. Over in the U.S., we've got guys well in and above 1,000, but on a track like this, you're not going to be able to use that. So.
The reliability I found of a 2J is between 6 and 8. I think that's what these guys are cleverly going for.
Yeah, Anthony coming through that first zone there looks a little bit shallow. Oh, he shuts her down. You might as well finish it off, though. You paid for those tires.
Yeah.
Might as well have fun. Use it as a practice run. They are going to get 2 runs here for qualifying, so you do have some room to not to make mistakes, but if something does happen, it's not like a one and done and you're out for the evening.
Yeah, no, that's right. Anthony is sponsored by 5 Stars, BPS Racing, 59 North Wheels, Starfo Bar, and Zump.
Trying to figure out what exactly happened here, because the initiation looked pretty good.
See, he's a little bit too close on the inner side of the circuit there to start off with, and as the judges were just telling us, that is incredibly important to get the rest of your run right. If you get that bit right, it sets you up for the rest of the track. Now, it wasn't quite right, so I don't know whether that threw him off. It didn't quite get the angle into the car around for clip 2.
Yeah, nothing mechanical. He obviously finished the run off. It looked good. Decent amount of tire smoke coming off later on, but just scrubbed a bit too much speed there.
And there's going to be a bit of fear here as well. This is just walls. This track has just walls, and some of them don't even curve all the way around. You've got corners and stuff, and we've seen a few cars end up in those corner patches already in practice this morning and in qualifying. Up next, we have Lars Visser. He is from the Netherlands in a NASCAR R5 P7 9,000 RPM revving S14, making 800 PS. I just want to listen to this thing just for 1 second. Absolutely incredible as he comes. A bit shallow on clip 2 though, as he makes it just about into clip 3. Needs to be a little bit deeper through all of these clipping zones. This is through the long back clipping zone 4 into 5, shallow through pretty much everything. Like I say, those walls really quite scary.
Yeah, it's got to be incredibly intimidating. I mean, from my experience coming from the U.S. side, the only thing that we've got like this is Long Beach, which is also incredibly difficult. But you can see almost a double initiation there going into the first one. I'm sure the judges will be looking into that. Missing that zone there, you can see maybe just touching the line, but they really want the back bumper on the wall. And then coming here into 4, obviously our long one, you can see him struggling with the car a little bit. Some input in, input out, trying to get the car settled. I don't know if the suspension might be a little loose to, you can see the car shifting a lot under braking. Especially he jabs the left foot brake a couple of times there, and you can see that front end dive. So it's got to be a difficult track to set up for as well.
Yeah, 100%. It is sponsored by NKZ Motorsports and Heinzel. Just need to get that in there quickly. And next up, so that was Lars, and he gets a 49 on his first run. Up next is Niels Visser.
Is that his brother?
Same team. I would say brother. They're born 2 years apart.
Okay.
He is in a 1.5 JZ powered E46, 700 horsepower.
Smoking it off the line.
Wow, and you can hear the anti-lag banging off. This looks a little bit deeper now from Niels as he comes through clipping point 3. Can he get the transition done early? Set the car up nicely for clip 4. He does.
Well done.
And keeps it all the way in. that long rear zone through clip 4 and into 5. This is looking like the smoothest run so far as he comes over that final corner.
Yeah, great job there, like coming through the rest of that run. It is definitely a trickier track than maybe what it looks like. Making small mistakes in the beginning. There's a little bit of an abriefment halfway through where you can make some adjustments, but Niels here does a great job. He's able to use the throttle correctly to get the car to angle. Not a lot of left foot braking to hold the car back. This is a full commitment kind of track. You can see there just trading a little bit of paint coming through 4, which is exactly what the judges want to see, and a little bit of that slingshot maneuver coming in through the last set of corners here. So, great job. I wonder if there's like bickering between the brothers. You know, there's got to be some brotherly competition there.
I can imagine. I can only imagine there must be, a little bit of to and fro between those two. And Niels is sponsored by NKZ Motorsports as well. I imagine that has some sort of family tie.
Yeah, 81 on that too. So I believe that's putting him first so far.
Next up we have Christopher Svitsen.
Well
I
done.
noticed you paused on that, and let me take hold of that one. Thank you very much for that, Jacob. And he is in another 2JZ, 622 wheel horsepower. This is E46 at BMW, a very nice looking car and looking very good on track so far. A little bit too much of the handbrake, a little bit shallow coming into clip 4 and coming away from clip 4 early as well as he comes into clip 5, 6 and 7, just ever so shallow on the last part of the track.
Yeah, I very much enjoy it when guys spend a bit of time making sure their livery looks incredible, and this car definitely has that. So would have liked to have seen a bit more of a solid initiation there, but the rest of the run looks pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, not too bad, just could have been a bit deeper. He is sponsored by X3M Go-Kart, Boost Race Fuel, Maxwell Race Supply, Saw Rap Mecca, SR Tobias, and Art Cascade Lac. I cannot read the rest of those, and I do severely apologise for that. I absolutely cannot. I could try. You going to give it a go?
No, I'm going to embarrass myself enough trying to pronounce all these names, so I'll let you get a couple out of the way. But a 77, so second so far.
Really good result. Just could have been a little bit deeper, and we'll see some improvement on that in their next run.
Yeah, next up is going to be Nicolas Bertrands. Do I get that?
Bertrands? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I mean, you're looking at me as if I...
You have more experience with this.
Kind of.
But coming out of Latvia, BMW E36 with a stock LS3, making 500 horsepower. So great initiation there, full power almost all the way through. A bit of a handbrake drag coming through 1, 2, nice and deep, almost getting out all the way to the wall. 3 is looking great. This transition is super key.
Oh, yeah, really good.
There.
Oh, just taps the wheel.
No, he holds into it, though.
Yeah, beautiful.
He sticks into it. Coming into 5.
This is looking fantastic.
This is
from
looking
Nicolas.
Great. Wow.
A really good run there from Nicolas. He is sponsored by Monster Energy, Vlada, Lucas Oil, Wisefab, Samsung, Mast Motorsports, Trailhead, Real Suspension, Lightbox, Pro Tuning, Spec Clutch, MEK Sports, OCT Composites, Max Speeding Rods, Echo, and Skivero Wheel. Sweet. Skivero Sweet.
He's got a sweets company.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be wheels,
but
no, sweets.
But you can see just in through 4, like able to, hit the wall and keep going, which is phenomenal. It's not an easy thing to do. It can really disrupt the car, but those transitions
wow, look
so
at that.
Good. Oh.
It's pinpoint perfect for clip 5 there. This is a very, very good run.
Yeah, absolutely love seeing that level.
The judges are nodding their heads, and
89.
we're getting 89.
Yeah, no shock there.
A very good run from Nicolas. Up next, we have Andreas Lilja.
Lilja?
Yeah,
That is
Lilja.
Sweden.
Andreas Lilja. I'm sure we're going to be corrected a lot after.
I'm excited
the
for
event.
it. Please comment down below. Give us the phonetic spelling.
A Mark IV Supra. You don't see those very often anymore in drifting nowadays, but they do look absolutely fantastic. We'll have the obligatory 1,000 horsepower 2JZ underneath the bonnet, and by the look of the smoke coming off the back of him, they are real figures, Jacob. Look at the pace of this car. Oh, I love it. I do like a Mark IV Supra. This looks absolutely fantastic as he puts on a show for the guys here and at home.
You can tell. That's one of those, the moment you get done with that run that you had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely enjoying himself. He is sponsored by Tanaki Motorsport, Schauberg Motorsport, 59 North Wheels, KZR Fabrication, and CUT.
Love seeing the way that this car transitions as well. I always try to watch for where the pivot point is, where the car's rotating on.
Yeah.
And this is basically kind of right where that dash is. But wow, great angle, great wheel speed. Like this car's geared well. He's driving well, full commitment. I'm not seeing the brakes go on a whole bunch. Like, oh, look at this full lock.
Yeah, he's just using the lock of the car. I've seen a lot of drivers use left foot brake to keep themselves in the position this time, but I mean, I'm not a judge, but a personal fan of people using the lock of the car and the power. 88 points puts him into second position.
Job. Look at these shots. I mean, this place is stunning.
Yes, absolutely amazing. Up now we have Franz Koenig. He is in a R33 LSA V8 supercharged.
Hailing from
E4. Why does it say E46 and R33 on the notes?
I'm not sure.
Idea.
I think he's got a couple of cars. He's just showing off at this point.
Yeah, maybe. As he slams it through the gears, not quite on that line as he enters into the first corner and makes him a little bit shallow coming into 2. Makes it nice and deep, though, into 3, and then transitions slightly shallow into 4. Is that going to mess up the line? Is he clips the wall? Manages to use the wall to hold him on line, I think, there, Jacob, as he comes through the final corner. Across the line. France is sponsored by RP Tools.
I will say, even from last night where they had the wildcard qualifier, these guys have stepped their game up absolutely massively. The difference is night and day for this driving. But yeah, same thing. You can see full lock. That is what we want to see coming through these lines, using the lock to slow the car down, not the left foot braking. And it just makes the run look incredible. Like, look at just using the wall to hold himself in there. Pushed him out a bit, but same thing. Cranks the steering wheel over, holds it in place. Big pop of flames there. I know you're a big anti-lag fan, so
I love the flames and the fire and
that's what this is about,
explosions and everything.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to later tonight when it gets dark.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. I know there's a couple guys here spitting flames pretty good, but a 73 there for Franz, 5th position.
Up next we have Roger Stocky from Switzerland. Stockley?
Or is it an O, like a long O? Stokely.
Again, someone will tell us.
Yes, 100%.
We are in a S14 Boss Rocket Bunny kit.
Love this kit.
S14 with a Hemi, 6.2 litre supercharged Hemi under the bonnet.
You can hear all of it too. Coming in, little over rotation there. Is he going to be able to swing it around the floor? That was an interesting line. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's a bit... it looks a bit wayward, this car. A little bit difficult to control. You can see, I don't know, is a Hemi a heavy engine? I mean, it sounds like a heavy engine.
They're definitely not light. I mean, it's no aluminum block LS, that's for sure. But it did look like either the car is gripped up a little bit too much or something's going on here. But it had all the makings there in the beginning, and then you see him just kind of grip and shoot a little bit. Just too much angle there. It's weird though, because it looked like the car was about to shoot out, and then he tried.
I think he's got a lot of wheel speed there, and he's trying to tame that beast, and it looks like a beast to drive.
It is refreshing hearing some American V8s, though. I won't lie.
He's sponsored by Zestino Talking, Health Tech, and Freem.
Punisher Drift Team. I like it.
Yeah, I like Punisher. Or with a 6.2 litre supercharged Hemi engine.
Not a lot of guys run Hemis. Yeah, it's very LS, and it comes up with a 70 here. Yeah, US. I mean, we were talking about this earlier between guys going with the Coyote and the Ford engines versus the LSs. But yeah, there is not a lot of Hemis out there, which is shocking because they're so cheap.
I would know nothing of this.
All right, next up is Philip Nawrocki.
Philip Nawrocki in a M50 turbo-powered Nissan S13. M50 turbos are getting more and more popular, especially over here on the continent. You can hear the car, it sounds absolutely amazing, but far too early into that first clipping zone. We said we want the front left wheel to be on those 2 white lines, and it really does mess up the rest of your run. If you don't do that, you're getting very deep and hits the wall, and that, unfortunately, is the end of the run for Philip. Hopefully he is not too injured. I think it's going to be more pride than actual Yeah, thumbs up in there. He's okay. It's only his pride that's hurt.
Hopefully the car's not too damaged either. He does have another qualifying run to make up for it, but can see he just goes a bit long there coming
look
in.
at these walls.
He knew that too. Through that transition, you can see him panic steer a little bit, but they are not forgiving. Okay, they don't even move.
No,
No.
not even a slight.
Not even a little bit. That's tough. So we got, he's got a control arm, at least one control arm to be replacing, probably two.
He is sponsored by Linlong Tyre, Pony Drift, 59 North Wheels, Fermex Speeding, Oostenvolk.
I'll take it.
And Rapchamp, ECU Master, and Dexen Tyre. Two tyre sponsors there.
Yeah, maybe front and rears.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So let's hope he can get that car sorted, and get out for his second qualifying run without too much hassle. I like the efficiency of the staff here at Ferropolis getting the cars off of the track. We saw just a minute ago for the qualifying for DMEC, Connor Shanahan having a little bit of a
little boop.
I
think I've taught you that one. The boop, yes.
The little boop. And they were very efficient in getting the car off the track and the track up and running again. So let's see if we can get that done.
Look at this. Look at the chat. Thank you for everybody who is tuning in at home. The chat is just absolutely exploding. So. Love it. If you guys, if you have any questions for us, I understand we both are primary English speakers, so if you could translate that would be fantastic. But happy to answer any questions you guys have. Ouch, Phil. That's coming from Sold Out. Sound of this car from Teddy. Yeah. There's some good stuff in here. Maybe we'll just have to keep this up the whole time and go back and forth.
Yeah, so I think the judges just want to have give you guys a quick insight into how they do these, how they judge these events, and this event especially.
We had a driver's briefing both yesterday for practice and today before qualification, finishing the battles. Very specific instructions of what to do. And if we start with the plan, initiation, line across the track. That means the car needs to be drifting before that. And you also have 2 small lines going along with the track.
Aber das hilft meistens schon für die Basis recht viel. Viel kann man ja auch über logische Connection verstanden. Ab der Meinung, ich hasse Sachen zweimal machen. Deswegen einmal richtig, statt einmal pushen und dann sagen. Das ist tatsächlich meistens auch deutlich teurer, wenn du das alles in so einer Berechnung siehst. Aber wie auch immer, für die Party immer, da gibt es ja nach den Ferropolis, die werden immer den einen oder anderen, aber letztlich. Das ist der erste Stichwort. Wir würden sagen, das ist etwas, was das selbst auch gerne rauskommen wird.
Outside zone 2. From the bumper, it has to fall to a perfect score. Doesn't bear touching it. Same 3. Another nice arch around the first corner. After number 3, it's time to get the first position. So, this transition, I think, quite early. Starting exactly when leaving the outside zone 3. I believe now we have the first tracks.
Yeah, so here we are back with JJ Stevens. Thank you very much for that little insight into how part of the track is judged. Sorry we didn't get time to do all of it, but like we say, the track staff are very efficient here. And we have a JJ Stevens in this R34 Skyline. This is an incredibly well-presented car from England. I have looked over this car many times and quite jealous of it, if I'm entirely honest with you. JJ Stevens is a good driver, and he's very proud of how his car looks. And throwing it around this track could be a little bit deeper into a few of the clips, but not looking like a bad run for JJ Stevens. He is sponsored by Precision Motorsport, Zemerald Tyres, Firefly Speed Shop, NGT Motorsport, and Ill Motion Driftworks.
Yeah, I'm hoping that pride in the way his car looks isn't affecting his driving, because I do think he could have got out a little bit deeper in a couple of spots. You know, he's a little bit shallow through these zones. We basically want that wing grinding up against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite he will. On his first run, he likes to get a run done.
Gets a safe
Just
run.
get
Okay.
a safe run done. And I mean, I know we shouldn't be doing safe runs anymore. We want to see absolutely flat out the box, just bouncing off the walls.
58 people
but not
here.
crashing.
Yeah, there's 58 drivers today. Like, it's, I'm of the opinion you can't be running a safe run here. There's so many incredible drivers from all over the world. It's but 56 there from JJ Stevens.
Yeah, puts him into 8th position so far. Next up, we have Bas Mul.
I will say the chat is very happy to hear you back on the mic. So I think a lot of people from the homeland are quite happy.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
I know.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me feel warm inside.
That should.
Right, Bas Mul up now in this 820 horsepower 2JZ E46 BMW. Listen to the bang of that anti-lag as he comes through. Clips 1, 2, and 3. Gets the transition done nice and early and runs a wall. Very close to the wall there, Jacob, as he comes through the final part of that number 4 clipping point. In through 5, 6, and collects just a bit shallow on 7.
Just a touch
I was
shallow.
expecting that
I
to
know.
be perfect through 7.
I know.
And every time I go, yeah, he collects 7 beautifully. It doesn't happen. But the front 2 wheels were slightly off those 2 clipping lines. It's not really a clipping point. It's just a position line that the judges are adamant that you need to get. And they're adamant because it does set you up for the rest of the course.
I do like the way that that's laid out. And yeah, it was a very, very confident run. Tons of angle. It was really well put together, minus that one tiny zone at the end. Look at that. You couldn't fit a piece of paper between the wall and his rear bumper there. That was awesome.
Bas Mul is sponsored by TBD. I don't know who that is. I can also tell
I think
you
it means to be determined.
Yeah, probably. I can see he's sponsored by Intrapost on the side of his car. I mean, that's emblazoned on the side, so we're going to go with that as the sponsor. He gets 82 points in his first run, putting him to 3rd position so far.
Next up is going to be Jan Hida. I got that. What do I do with the J? That's the real question.
Not sure in Czech.
No, neither am I. But
Haida?
Haida?
I don't know. I really am.
I think we just say it with confidence, and that's all that we can do, right?
Yes, that is what we shall do. I can say with confidence that this PS13 has a 600 horsepower LS3 in it and looks absolutely fantastic as he comes through that second corner. Look how good this car looks. I've seen the graphics on the side of it. I love graphics like that. It really makes, I mean, I know it's childish, but I mean, this whole sport for me is just about entertainment.
Oh, look at that.
That looks absolutely amazing. As does the driving.
I know. I was a little worried there how deep he went into, I think it was zone 5, if it was going to throw him out a little bit to 6, but kept everything together. Basically a nice rolling burnout to start, initiated on the essentially the perfect spot. Through 1, great angle into 2. Yeah, look at those graphics. I love it.
Yeah, it looks really good. I didn't quite catch there whether he got his front left wheel through that clipping zone.
I think he was just on the inside of it.
Well, was he?
But yeah, coming through 4 of those comic book graphics. Anything different, right?
Yeah, it just looks different. Different, sets you apart, is absolutely fantastic. He is sponsored by, sorry, I should have said the sponsorships rather than just listing them out. Haida, Moto, Full Pros, L&L, and Micro Auto.
And an 83, that's going to put him in 3rd so far, so. we're seeing that 80 section really start to stack up. I have a feeling there's a couple guys coming up here still that can definitely get into the 90s. So
We've got Arnold Fischer, who looks just remarkably like the Stig from Top Gear.
it's crazy.
Up next, unbelievable stuff. He is driving a 328 powered E46. It's not a 328, it's got an S55 B30, 750 horsepower, twin turbo with a. It's got DCT transmission, which means it technically has a kind of an auto box in it as it comes through. Clip 4. Wow. Clip 5.
Seen a lot of steering inputs come through that run, though. You
Yeah.
can with the camera angles that we've got today, you can actually look inside the car and you can see them kind of fighting the car back and forth. But I would like to know more about that transmission. We might have to pop by there later today.
It's a twin clutch transmission.
Okay. So he's just flipping through them, huh?
Yes, hopefully. That's how it works. Sorry.
That's fine. It's good. We said we'd call each other out on the dumb statements. That's one. That's one for nothing.
I've made loads so far, and you haven't called me out on any.
No,
I'm just trying to break the ice here.
I know. It was a good run. I mean, the amount of angle that he had, especially in that last set of corners, or that last corner, was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am curious about that transmission, though.
We shall look it up. I shall show you.
Yes,
later.
please. Give me a tour.
Arnaud is sponsored by Drift Shop, HGT Tuning, and Graffito. Graffito Plus. And he comes in with 77 points, putting him into 7th position so far.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah, up next we have from the UK, Ian Phillips. He is in this Magnussen supercharged 350Z. He has been driving this car for quite some time and has in the recent years managed to get it dialed in and starting to show some results. Let's see if he can do this here today. His front left wheel just ever so slightly missing those lines, but it doesn't seem to have affected him too much as he comes through plenty of pace, a bit shallow of clip 2 and clip 3. A bit of a late transition. I'm not sure he finds himself into the right place for clip 4, but comes around nicely as he does get a transition early into 5. Very shallow on 6 though, and much deep into 7 and across the line. Ian Phillips is sponsored by Tegawa, Magnussen Superchargers, DEI, AR12 Gaming, NGK Spark Plugs, Fortune Auto, Goodrich, and Zek Nova.
Yeah, the initiation, like you said, was inside a little bit through 1. Wasn't too bad, although we might have seen, I wouldn't say it was a full straighten, but definitely kind of fighting back a bit of lock on that FDF front kit. But yeah, a lot of grip in that car right now. I'd like to see maybe loosen it up a touch, but it slingshots him quite well coming out of 4 and into 5. But it does look like he was just on the shallower side of things pretty much throughout the whole run. So it's relatively new build for him? Or
no, not a new build. Absolutely not a new build.
It's an old build. Okay.
Yeah, he's been driving this car since I've known him. Which is a few years now. 75 points puts him into 8th position, was that so far?
I think so, yeah.
And up next we have Ole Peter Vendt from Norway.
A lot of Norwegians.
Yeah, a lot of Norwegians. Here's 1,000 horsepower 2JZ.
Big feint initiation there coming into zone 1. A little bit of e-brake. Out through 2. You can really hear him putting the power down as he comes through that 3rd zone, through 4th. Ooh, wow, just saved it. Just saved. That's what we want, though.
Yeah.
Every clip needs to look like he just saved it. Went through 5. Could have been a little bit deeper. I think he set himself up well for the last 2 clips, though.
He's really working that engine as he comes through. So many throttle inputs, clutch inputs and everything. He is really working that car hard as he comes around the track. As he has a little bit too much, too far inside on that initiation over those 2 lines. The judges want the wheel dead on those 2 lines. I'm going to have to start his sponsored list now. He is sponsored by Lysholm, Bill, AS Mardal, Bergstad, AS Heim, Maritime, AS Moller, Bill Okdal, Volkswagen, 59 North Wheels, Norge Olsen Race Shop Drive, Norge Autoshine Orkanger, I don't know the rest of those
It's
words.
all good.
That one has far too many letters. That can't be a real word.
For everybody at home, we are trying to read the chat in between a couple. Had a couple people ask some questions. Maybe we'll leave a few of them for the break. You know, I think we've got a decent flow going right now, so we'll make sure to highlight a few of them and come back to them if and when we need to eat up some time. But old Peter Vatten, 76.
76. I think it's Ole. I don't think
Ole?
it's Ole.
Ole?
As in like a...
Like Old Bay?
Yeah, I don't think it's like that. I don't think that's what it is. Next up, we have Stian Borgi... No, you do it.
Borgingen?
Borgi...
I just threw it in there.
Borginen.
2017 BMW M2, 1100 horsepower LSX. I've seen these V8s coming this way.
Look at the pace. Can he hold on to it? Oh, just pops the tyre. And I think that's
He was
gonna be
ready
the
to
end
keep
of the
going.
run. He was.
He was ready. Yeah. Oh, that's tough. That's definitely tough. Yeah, absolutely destroyed that extreme tire.
Stian is sponsored by Maxwell Boost Race Fuel, Rimax Lubricants, Vinstra, Stementbus, Bjorgeren Invest, Bull Binton Pumping, Extreme Tires, and Norway. So Extreme Tires Norway.
Yeah.
1100 horsepower LSX engine in that M2.
Lots of room still. If it's an LSX, he's got lots of room for horsepower.
1100.
I know Dean Carney in FD is like 13 or something like that.
Yeah?
It's a twin turbo vet. So I mean it's a V10, but yeah, it's wild over. It's a whole other can of worms. But it's been really interesting seeing the similarities and differences between two very different drifting cultures.
Nah, this is someone who I'm interested in seeing. Kim Mathiasen up now.
Great beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is in a 956 horsepower E46 BMW as he comes flying into that first corner. Makes clip 1 nicely. Shallow on clip 2 though. And shallow on clip 3 as well. Not getting anywhere near as deep as we'd like to see it. Nearly overcooked it into clip 4. Just managed to hold it off the wall just about as he puts the pedal to the metal, smoking out the arena here at Ferropolis. And it comes across the line in a huge cloud of smoke. I don't know whether he's overcompensating a little bit for the first part of the run.
Yeah,
It wasn't very dramatic the first part of the run, but he definitely amped it up for the second part, getting some heat into those tyres. He is sponsored by JM Handel, Ho Ferren Center, Monster, Carlsberg, apparently. I'm going to go to his bits later. Design, KK, Autonetic, Petronas, SDR, Orme, Autolac, and some other ones with letters that I have never even seen before.
Those are the best letters. The ones that are new to you.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but I don't even know what the letter is. I'm sorry. I do apologize.
I think we warned everybody off top, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Kim Matheson drives for JM Racing from Denmark. And we'll just await the judges collaborating their final scores.
We've gone through a couple of replays there, so a few things that they're probably looking at, but I didn't see any points of zero or straightening or anything else. I mean, definitely could have been
deeper in quite a lot of parts, but
yeah. A couple guys saying here in chat, track is cold, still grippy. Yeah, it is interesting to see the track conditions change so vastly between daylight and nighttime. We've talked to a bunch of drivers and they've explained the track kind of rubbered in. We also had a fair bit of rain last night, which would have changed a lot. But we did have Drift Masters that ran earlier.
Yeah, they cleared up.
Practice.
There was over 100.
Yeah,
Drift Masters runs earlier. That would have
just
completely.
Yeah, it should be well rubbered in at this point. It will be interesting to see what happens as the sun starts to go down, but. Yeah, great fan base here. We're in the little camping section. We fell asleep to the sweet beats of German techno. So the fans here are quite excited. Obviously, lots of Norwegians making the drive over.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's plenty of Norwegian drivers, so we have one coming up in a minute, actually. Next up, though, we have Mikotaj Zachwensi from Poland.
Well done.
I think I did that right. I have no idea. It is 2JZ-powered Toyota Sora I haven't seen a Sora out for quite some time in drifting. Not since I had a teammate that drove with a Toyota Sora.
Did
Matthew
your teammate
Fountain.
drive like this?
Yes, I'm going to go with a yes. This is absolutely fantastic from Nikotaj.
Yeah, this is a great run. I mean, he's basically every zone he had his bumper touching there. It's always great to see Sora's out. I know my buddy Kyle watching at home would be quite excited to see one out ripping. And, you know, initiation was good. He's on the correct point, coming into one. Great angle there, scrubbing the speed, using the car. Can see that suspension looks fairly soft. He's got it leaned in there pretty heavily. Transitions all look good. Little bit of an e-brake, but not crazy, just to settle the car a little bit. And then coming in through 4 here, man, just right on the wall the whole time. I lied. Okay. It just came off at the end, not the whole time.
Just a tiny bit.
But yeah, look at that.
Kisses the wall through 5.
Perfect.
Absolutely beautiful. And the car looks amazing. It's a stunning looking paint job
Yeah.
on that car. I can never tell whether I love Soras or not. Like, I don't know. I'm just not in there.
We could make the whole internet mad and say Soras look better than Mark IV Supras.
Can you imagine the rage, the fury? Just wait till the comments come in now. Look what you've done. You're just trying to stoke people up. Up next we have Sondre Erga. He is from, take a guess.
I have notes here that I could be checking. From Norway.
From Norway. As he fires this very pink S13 into the first corner. A little bit over the line on that first initiation line. I'm going to call it an initiation line. That has put him in a little bit of a poor place for the first part of the track. Seems to have got it back together now as he comes through the final part, but needs to be deeper in these clips. Very deep in the final clip, but I feel like it could have been a little bit more effort. Let's have a look at the replay.
Coming through the replay, he was a little bit left of the lines. Like we said, the judges want your front left tire on there. Zone 1 wasn't too bad, but you can see the hesitation, you can see the e-brake check, and then a little bit more throttle, try and kick the rear end out. You know, we don't want to notice any adjustments. It's fine to make adjustments during a run, but if we can see it, the judges can see it, and they're going to start docking points. And I have a feeling that is what we are going to see here. Zone 4 was actually really good. But you can see how shallow he is there. I believe that's in 5. 6, not too bad. And then coming away through 7, it does look like he started to shallow the car up a little bit. He holds on, but yeah.
Erga is sponsored by Haaland Asphalt, Lucas Oil, Tac Fab, Vest Import, Boost Race Fuel, and Link. I assume Link ECUs.
Yeah, and that was 70 he got on that run.
Up next we have Jan Sobriaski driving this 2JZ powered S13. Oh, very shallow, a very poor line there from Jan as he comes through, missing all of the clipping points so far, and completely missing 4 as well. This is not looking very good at all from Jan as he just about completes the lap and over the line.
I'm always curious when you have situations like this where the problems come from. So is this something where it's
that line, he's dead on that initiation line.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that.
But it looks like maybe he didn't have enough power to really push it. That's a fairly long run.
I think he got on the handbrake too early and held onto it.
Yeah, and then what, just that being shallow,
There's just no speed. If you've got no speed, you're never going to get out to the edge of the corner. And yeah, we're just okay. I mean, he's very, very handbrake happy is Jan.
Handbrake happy. I'd make a good sticker.
Handbrake happy.
Handbrake happy. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I like the effort that gets put into the livery on this. Anything reflective, anything cool.
It's a remarkably good-looking car. Jan is sponsored by Hampel Motorsport, M Tuning, and Adamat.
Comes in with the 40, so he was able to get a score on the board, which, you know, depending on how the rest of this field goes, might be enough to get in the show, but I doubt it. Like I said,
I don't think so.
We're over 50 drivers here today.
Yeah.
That's just an Iron Drift King, so.
Up next, we have Richard Lord. It's a remarkably English name for someone who comes from Sweden.
Yep.
He is in a Volvo S60. I've never seen a Volvo S60 drift car, have you?
No.
This is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Another BMW M50 Turbo underneath the bonnet. 850 horsepower in this Volvo. It's a remarkable car. I never thought I'd ever see a Volvo S60 like doing anything like this. It's absolutely insane.
I love it.
As he comes through the last corner, I think I was so taken aback by the car. I didn't actually notice how the run went. Did you?
I did. I was paying attention. So
Okay.
it was a little bit herky-jerky, as they say.
Herky-jerky.
Herky-jerky.
Another good phrase.
You can have that one. So you can see, it seems like he's fighting the car quite a lot through the run. And anytime you're drifting a chassis that doesn't have years and years worth of data, it's very difficult to set them up. So you can see here how the car is shaking back and forth a bit. That is all suspension settings that need to be adjusted a little bit shallow, throws the angle back out. Like this, on its own, if you were to just take zone 4 and nothing else, it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But you can tell he is definitely fighting the car. That transition was super awkward. He turned the wheels, and there was a delay with the car coming around. And that's all same thing. When you're trying to break ground and drive something that nobody else has driven, these are the things you have to fight with.
Yeah, definitely. And it does look like he is fighting it a little bit. But he's got another run. So let's hope he gets that car set up. He has all the information he needs from that first run.
And we're talking about it. That's the trade-off, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have a cool car, we're going to talk about it. Everyone's going to get excited. So 65.
Yes.
65. Yeah, when you have something different, you get the attention.
He is sponsored by Speeding.com, Hakansvetten, and Ener Birana AB, Helensbus AB, and 59 North Wheels.
See a lot of those 59 North Wheels.
There's a lot of, they sponsor a lot of drivers. And now we have Kieran Casey from Ireland in his newly built S15 SR24 underneath the bonnet.
We do, and speaking of SR24, it's looking a little underpowered, to be honest with you. You can see just a little bit shallow.
He's got to work it. He's really trying to work that car.
Yeah.
I just saw a little bit of a strain there in the start clip in zone 4. I see a lot of drivers with these SRs and SR24s, and you have got to keep your right foot completely flat at all times, which you can see he was trying to do, but just a little bit shaky there from Kieran Casey. He is sponsored by Modern Tyres, Dean M Sport, Drift2 Motorsport, and Fleet ID.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you're gonna have to clutch kick it quite a bit. You're gonna have to change some things with the tires if you're running less horsepower. I mean, he's showing 600 horsepower, so it's not like it's that big of a deficit. But obviously,
it's just a yank of the hammer. I'm not sure why he did that. He was kind of on a good line, and then he pulled the handbrake halfway through, clipping zone 4.
Just not confident in it. It really is what it comes down to. But yeah, it's tough. I mean, I say that like I wouldn't know. I couldn't do any of this. But 54, putting him in 17th.
It is a newly built car, so we need to give him a little bit of a chance, get him settled. Hopefully in this next run, he will pull something out the bag. Up now, we will see something pulled out the bag now, as we have. Up next, Sebastian Fontin throws it into the first corner beautifully on that line, and there's the nice and deep, just what we expect from Sebastian, as he flicks it through into the long outer zone with pinpoint precision. Jacob flicks it again back into clip 5. We've seen a few cars kiss the wall there, so I'm expecting the best of the best to kick the wall.
Oh, wow.
But he comes through the final clip and across the line.
Phenomenal run. Phenomenal run.
We've watched him drive this weekend, and he is absolutely on fire.
I was expecting this coming into it, and the initiation was great. Look at the amount of
angle. I was just going to say, it's like almost backwards into that clipping zone on some of those camera angles. Looks absolutely amazing. He is sponsored by BC Racing, Advanced Performance Parts, Click Tuning, 59 North Wheels again, NVD Security, Bandico, Show Off Imports, DBM Engineering, 56 Parts, Wicked Cars, Eugen Factory, and more to be announced, apparently.
We'll talk about his accomplishments, because that's taking up like half of his profile right now. We'll do that in top 32, but this run was spectacular. I would not be shocked if this. There it is, first.
91 points for Sebastian Fontin.
I mean, and this kind of shows how hard these judges are today. Like, that's a 91. Like, I know there's room for improvement, but I didn't see 9 points worth.
They have just watched the Drift Masters, and those guys, there were 20-something drivers with over 90 points.
Yeah.
All right, up next, Sebastian Engblom.
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 I think you got it.
Yeah.
You're throwing extra letters in there.
Sure. From Finland, GT86 with a M50B31. Imagine there's a turbocharger attached to that. Wow, it sounds absolutely fantastic. Could have been a little bit deeper though into clip 3 and not quite on the right line. Looks like he's holding it off on the brakes. I can't quite see that brake light, but it doesn't look as fast as it sounds. Lots on over rotation.
You were going to say lots of angle, weren't you?
I was going to say so much angle. I'm not sure he was going to hold it, and then
I believe that was too. I believe that was all of the angle, is what that was.
It's far too much angle there.
Definitely holding the car back through that run.
Sebastian, yeah, I mean, look, flicks it in here. You can see it's on the lock stops from miles away.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to hold on to it. Fair play for keeping the throttle in. It's going to go one of two ways. Unfortunately, not the way he wanted it to go.
No, that's what for me, you just throttle into it and just whip it back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, put on a show, so.
He is sponsored by APH Racing, Finject Pesumanji, Aurum, Just Service, Sail Mail, Dog Box in Sirorupas, tuned by Samuli, TT Speed, Turbo Service, ABOY, QZ Vinyls, Big M, and From.
Next up, Peter Kozlowski. Love it. Turbos out of the hood. Every car should have this.
So you're obsessed with it.
Love it. Bit of a straight line approach, but it works out from coming into one.
Lots of pace. Look at the pace.
He is a
quick car.
He is a speedy boy, as they say. Yeah, through 4 and 4. Love it.
Look at that transition. Super snappy transition. It's like he knows exactly what the car's going to do at all times, and you just flick and catch. I love watching a transition like that.
Yeah, and I mean, S chassis are known to be predictable, and he's using all of that predictability.
This car is full spec drift. Apparently, is the main notes that I have on here. 1,250
horsepower, 1,500 torque. Now, is that, I wonder if that's foot-pounds or newton meters, but I'm assuming newton meters. Either way, this is a massively built car and looks to be set up quite well.
It looks like a race car, doesn't it? It looks like the number on the roof and everything like that.
Proper
looks,
race car, as
proper,
you'd
like
say.
a real live race car. He is sponsored by Zekel Strongflex, FMIC, TEDx, Rally Shop, Autogaz, Service, NDI Group, and Drift Glob.
77, putting him in 10th. Look at that shot, too, those glasses.
It looks like a racer. It looks like a NASCAR driver.
It does.
Why that guy should be in NASCAR. Up next, we have Fionn Roche.
Irish driver.
Yeah, I always get his surname wrong, and I probably did it again, then he's going to be very angry at me.
I'll hold him back.
Enters in the first corner with plenty of pace, but loads of handbrake from Fionn. Manages to get the car settled, though, in through clips 2 and 3. Flicks the car back out again into clip 4. Using all, rubbing the wall absolutely beautifully by Fionn Roche. As he comes and flicks the car nicely now into clips 5, collects 6 and 7, and comes across the line. Yeah, so apart from that big handbrake drag at the start, that was a very good run from Fionn Roche.
Yeah, coming out of the line, he's got all the grip. Looks like a big clutch kick to get it in there, and then, we see that long handbrake drag, but it does set him up for the rest of the run. So, if you're going to make a correction, make it like that makes sure that you're able to complete the run and fill the zone. So he did an absolutely great job, and then 4, this was beauty. Great amount of angle,
Yeah, I want to see the camera from this angle for this, but you could just see how long he rubs the wall for, because he is in contact for a very long time.
Yeah, there you go.
From there, all the way around the end.
A little duckbill wing, just putting in work. But coming through 5 and 6, everything looks like very tidy.
Yeah, really nice. He is sponsored by the Shanahans, Frank Roche Services, and KD Customs. Oh, there's a 2JZ under the bonnet of that S14. Would you believe it?
I do. I do believe you.
Very rare. Pontus Carlson up next in this of another Volvo, but a 940. I have seen one of these drift before, but not for quite some time. Wow, listen to the sound of it as it comes from that first and second clipping zone. Needs to be a little bit deeper into these zones, but again, I was just so taken aback by the Volvo C-driven. Wow, comes a little bit off the line from clip 4 into clip 3, and it looks a little, yeah. I mean, it looks a little bit ungainly, like almost like the last Volvo that we saw. It does, honestly. They seem to move about quite a lot and make things a little bit difficult for themselves. That front left tyre was far too far on the inside of that initiation line that the judges were looking for, and just a little bit shallow off of all of the clips here.
Looks like he just dropped the kids off for football.
Yeah.
And then came here.
I mean, I don't know how you'd get them out. Look at the cage in the back. I've never seen so many bars in a cage in my life.
You know what? I love it. Once again, if anybody at home is listening and you know anything about me, you know I love obscure drift cars. And being able to come here and see vehicles that we just don't even have stateside is just wonderful.
So Pontus Carlsen, he is sponsored by jspec.se, Loves Plast, Design Auto, Good Guys, and Eliten Oil.
He comes in with a 68.
So I think that's a Volvo T6 engine in it. Yeah. 800 wheel horsepower. Tim Weiner up now in the 450 PS Toyota GT86.
So quiet.
That's so very quiet. I just wonder whether my headphones are broken for a second there. A little bit shallow. Oh, I love the paintwork on this car as well. Very minimalist. It's a really good, very clean looking car, and he wants to keep it that way because he is going nowhere near the walls.
Yeah, this is a very safe run, and I don't know if that's not having the horsepower for this track or what it is, but
I think he just wants to keep it. I mean, that's a really good looking car, and I think he just really wants to keep it that way.
I think my wife's got a handbag in the same fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's overly safe. You know, he's not pushing the car out. It doesn't look like it's overly gripped or anything else. It's, you know, I can only imagine how scary it is coming through that tunnel and just seeing nothing but concrete everywhere. So yeah, hopefully he can put it together a little bit better coming into our next run.
Yeah, I think he's got all the equipment he needs and just needs to, you know, just get his head in the game and go for it. He is sponsored by Exact Solutions, Automobile Flèche, and Forland Concept.
So 56, putting him in 21st.
Up next, we have a car that was worked on all night by some people. Martin. Actually, I only did some of the welding last night.
Oh, okay.
There was the welding.
I got it on video too.
Yeah, you got some of the welding. That was someone else.
Oh, okay.
Martin's car has been worked on ferociously, as he had quite a large accident in his earlier practice session yesterday. Just about managed to get the car
launch.
sorted.
I think you got more work to do.
I think the diff broke.
Sure, I know. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, they just changed the diff. I know they changed the diff earlier today. But yeah, Martin Warnacott not having very much luck there on his first run. He is sponsored by Betty Surf, Liquid Moly, Fix Engineering, Exo Racing, Exhaustworks, Rapworks, Hell Motorsport, Advocate Motorsport, Metal Finishes, Master Finishes, Engine Tuner, Volkscraft Limited, and you forgot one, Martin, Walton Motorsport.
No, he didn't. He knew you'd say it. Yeah, that's always hard. I mean, especially knowing these guys traveling fair distance.
If you had seen how many parts that car was in yesterday, and just the fact that he made it to the line is a remarkable feat. Up next, we have Thomas Falvey. Falvey M Sport S15, 750 horsepower, 2JZ. Let's see how the Falvey throws on there. A little bit of a straight in there. Too much handbrake into the first clipping point. Seems to get it pulled back together, just not quite as deep as we want to see. Just looking a little bit shaky. I almost feel like he's going to go into the wall every corner.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he's nowhere near it, but it doesn't feel right. Like something doesn't look right.
That might be his hesitation too. He's feeling like maybe the car's gripping up and launching it forward, and then he's, you know, overcorrecting for it, but it was almost, I would call that a double initiation.
Yeah, I think I would as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
far too long on the handbrake. Straightens the car back up, still on the handbrake, and then tries to give it another little shot to get it to go in. And it does go in, but probably not at the pace or the line that we are looking for. Tommaso Falvi is sponsored by Elite Autos, Mobil 1, Burke Lubricants, Westlake Tyres, Drift 2 Motorsport, RH Construction, Dean M Sport, and Moose Design.
This is a 44.
44 for Tommaso
You have to clean
Falvi.
that up.
Up next, we have Jamie
Furel.
Forel from France in this F87 M2 with an S50 B30 turbocharged.
This is a spicy boy. This one's got speed.
Spicy boy.
Spicy boy. It's like a speedy boy, but with a more angle.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, yeah.
See the car
And very deep into that corner. And the car sounds incredible as it comes through. I can hear it from outside our cabin that we're in here. That's the first car I can hear. Wow. As he comes through clip 7 and across the line. Oh, looks stunning looking thing.
Very aggressive.
Wow. That looks like that's an incredible looking car.
He is going to be difficult to chase in the best kind of way. So if you're paired up against him, that is you're going to have to be top game to keep up with that. Look at that
Look at
three-wheeling.
Three-wheeling. All the way through
Taking
there.
notes from RTR, man.
He is sponsored by MGK, BMW Valence, Pepinox, Glass Tint, and Starfobar.
Look at all the French flags popping up in chat too. Love it. Yeah, this is just that car is gripped up to the correct
86
level.
points.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of zones that I definitely think he could have filled better.
Yeah.
Just because you're fast doesn't mean that you're getting everywhere you need to be.
I like to get excited about shiny and fast things. That's why we're here.
Shiny and fast.
Shiny and fast. We're going real shiny and real fast. Denise Reisman up next in this E30
Love this chassis.
with an LSX 454, but we are nowhere near the line
Yeah.
at all.
Rough start there. I mean,
Continuing to be rough.
yeah.
This we're nowhere near any of the clipping points at all on this run as we come over the line.
That was tough.
Yeah, not too much to say about that, I'm afraid. An LSX 454 engine? Is that something?
That's
I
the
don't know.
displacement, 454 cubic inches.
Cubic inches,
Yes.
right.
I don't know what that is in cc's or
Big.
liters.
Big.
Big. It's a big
We
engine.
go with big?
Yeah. It's metric conversion is big.
I have no idea what it is in metric.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not entirely sure if it was just not power or confidence. The initiation was definitely shaky, and it just wasn't able to find her pace for the rest of it.
Which is sponsored by Flex, Motol, Sonax, and Sauerlander.
37. So that is, I'm going to call right now, that is not going to be enough to make it in the show. I don't know if we've got our official cutoff yet, but I don't think that's enough.
Up next we have Matthias Nordingen
Chaser.
in a Toyota Chaser. Let's see if it does a bit better than Martin Wanakor's Chaser as he comes through into the first corner, a little bit shallow on clip 1. Bonnet shaking all over the place. Lots of pops and bangs coming from that car. Very aggressive. I can hear it still has the 1JZ underneath the bonnet. I didn't even need to look at the notes to hear that as he comes through the final corner. Very deep, and that's a very long car to go so deep with making a bit of a mess at the back end of the car over the final corners. But yeah, what a wicked run there from Matthias.
Yeah, really throwing the power in on that initiation. Not quite where he needs to be, but he kind of sacrificed going a bit wide to set up the rest of the run. So, is it the right decision? Only the judges can tell us. But yeah, very long car. I like long cars drifting because they look like they got more angle, right? You have the same angle in a MX-5 and it doesn't look as good, but great looking car, great driving. I hope he's got some bumper and rear fender budget because I have a feeling he's going to go through a few of those this weekend.
With that sort of commitment, I am
look at
guessing
that.
he has the last two corners like this.
Yeah,
He is sponsored by Maxol, SegPro, Hounderland, Boost, Rage Fuel, and Camels. Gets 80
ninth
points,
place.
putting him into 9th place. Up next, we have Lou Forel in S54 B32 E92 M3. No, it isn't. It's not that?
No.
Was it? That was a fib. Whoever wrote that down. 'Cause that is definitely an E30 BMW, and I have no idea what engine it is. Oh my goodness!
Oh, you saved that.
Wow!
Yeah, we watched one driver today not save that exact same situation.
Yeah,
that could have been way worse.
Yeah, frightening earlier today.
Maybe the E92 had some issues, and that's why we're seeing the E30 here.
I mean, I can only imagine, but that E30 does not look very happy either, if I'm entirely honest with you. He is sponsored by NGK, BMW Valence, Peppernox Glass Tint, and Staffel Bar.
I think we talked about this last night. We have to start naming some of this equipment. So that's what is that? 1120. We need to provide names to them now, like Dolores.
Missing Stu Egdo. Up next, we have Mark Brown from the United Kingdom. First Start Drift Developments. He has got a Honda K24 powered
Excited for this.
Nissan S13, and it has a whopping 900 horsepower. I've seen it on the dyno. It rips. We just need to get Mark to hold it all together as he comes around the first corner. Lots of corrections, but does seem to be near the line. Needs to be locked in for 3. Get that transition done. Just struggling to keep the car exactly where he needs it to be. The bumper and the wing coming off of there.
He's got too much downforce. He needs to open DRS. Oh man, that is rough. I mean, the initiation looked pretty good. He's trying to extend it out. That's where you see the e-brake pull coming in through 1. Throws that angle to try and get the car to come back around. But yeah, the car just didn't look settled. It looked like it was jumping around a fair bit on him, and then I was expecting here through 4 for that wing to come right off, but didn't quite have the proximity to the wall that we'd be looking for.
No, that Honda K24 engine, much more at home in the lawnmower that it should be in, but he is sponsored by Gaz Suspension, Cosmic Coatings, Waterjet Profilers, Hayward & Scott, First Start Garage, T7 Designs, As New, Pertec, and CW Products.
You're just saying that because you're good buddies with him, that's all.
His wife may or may not have asked me to do that.
I was going to say, you need to finish that sentence, sir. Victor Vetmark up here next in that S14 with a BMW S54. Look at that angle. Wow. Another big wing boy.
Incredible looking car as well. Spicy boy. Another spicy boy. What a shot that was as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good job, camera guy.
Yeah, we don't really need to say much about this run. He's doing like it looks. Absolutely fantastic.
Between the car, the wing, and the driving style, this is as close to Forrest Wang as I'm going to be able to find on this side of the pond, that's for sure.
Just shallow off one though, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, we can forgive that.
Yeah.
Don't worry
the
about
rest of it looks so good, it's fine. Just don't worry about it. Victor Vettermark, sponsored by Street Power PMT. No idea. I can't. I don't know what that letter is. Anderson and Co. Pony Drift Race Gear, TRS, Reclams, Scud, OFM, Smites for Scud, and AM. No.
I don't know if I'm having more fun watching drifting or watching you struggle. 66 there for Victor.
I'm really sorry, guys. I do apologize. No.
I'll give you some bereavement at some point. I'll jump in there.
Up next, William Gibbs.
Does he go by Bill or Billy?
He does not. His 750 horsepower Nissan PS13 Will Gibbs us in to do some absolutely awesome stuff, and I am expecting good things of him today as he flicks his car into clip 4. Can he hold it to the line? Goes a little bit shallow. Wow, come on, Will, you can get it deeper than that. I'm looking for deeper. I'm looking for deeper. It is wildly mediocre from William Gibbs, that run. Should have been a lot better. I have seen him drive better than that. And I was expecting good things. It's not bad. It's not a bad run. I expect him to qualify with that run, but personally I was expecting to see more.
Yeah.
He is sponsored by Envirotrack, Collins Earthworks, Blue Earth Construction, Stelson Motor Services.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it looked like at the beginning of that run everything was going to pan out for him, and then coming through 4.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Like it's in the zones. It's just not deep in there. It's just not what we're.
But you can see there, just skimming the edge of it, right?
Up next we have Alexandra Clauden.
71, coming in 17th.
Jump the gun there a little bit with Alexandra. Alexandra Clauden next.
C6 Corvette.
A C6 Corvette.
I got that wrong. Yeah.
And so the English guy getting the C6 right
typical
yesterday.
Corvette fashion, though, burnout all the way from the start line.
I mean, why would you not?
No. And these
Team America.
Team America. These are big cars. They do run a rear trans in them, which can make things very, very different when it comes to driving. It helps the 50-50 weight ratio, but it looks like that car is very grippy, like very grippy. Which, I mean, these cars are naturally, they are, you have to put work into them to get them to slide.
Yeah.
So
Dave Egan can tell us all about that.
Yeah.
But
we're safe.
Alexandra just struggling a little bit with the car, not quite able to get out to those clipping zones, putting a lot of corrections in to the car. Hopefully you can get it dialed, maybe just take a bit of grip out.
Yeah,
I think you're just going to find your life a lot easier if you take a bit. I mean, we sit here in our box saying things like that.
Yeah,
we have no authority to say things like that.
In America, it's called an armchair quarterback.
Yeah. With that, whatever that was that you just said.
43.
It is sponsored by PT Tuners, Lucas Oil, MTK Tuning, Blood Motorsport, FDF Racing, Sport Tech Performance, and OBP Motorsport.
Next up is
Michael
Anderson.
Michael Anderson in, guess what it is?
Let's go, Volvo V40.
V40 with a BMW M5.
Lumia hatchback. Makes it a little bit more difficult. You don't have that runoff in the back of the car like you do in the JZX per se, but he is filling the zones. It does.
It's slightly shallow, but I feel like if he wasn't driving a hatchback, this would be absolutely beautiful. But the wheel is so close to the back of that car that you're going to have to work really hard to get it all the way to the wall.
Yeah,
I think it's going to take a lot more effort to get that car to the wall than it would any other car.
100%. That's exactly what I was going to say, is that the visual impact of it makes all the difference. And only having, maybe a foot, if that, or I don't know what that is in centimeters, off the back wheel, like that makes it so much more difficult to get it to the wall. And you don't have any crush room whatsoever. So even if you do get that back bumper, your wheel's right there. So the chances of cracking a wheel, splitting a tire, it's pretty high. But great livery, great looking car, and a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. He is sponsored by Fast Mike Drifting. Oh no, sorry. Nuke Performance, Nogspo, Bill Service, Mixed Transport, OCH, Entrepreneurad, FlixWrap, TH Peterson, Nanolex Stenic, Prolong Oil, TH Service, and Vinyl Madness. And his team is Fast Mike Drifting.
He is Fast Mike.
71?
71. And here is our current positions. 91 so far. Do I think that's going to hold? I don't know. Is that through our full run now? Or I thought we had a couple more to go.
I think we've got a couple more left.
Yeah, let's check in with us. Yeah, we do.
We've got Connor Falvey up now. There are a few. Yeah. Connor Falvey up next in this 750 horsepower 2JZ powered S15.
Something happened. He was all throttle there in the beginning, and I don't know what happened. That was interesting. Just a big rolling burnout at the start, and then I don't know if something broke or popped or what happened there.
A very enthusiastic start to the run.
Yes.
Perhaps too enthusiastic. Well, evidently too enthusiastic, should I say.
Yes, and I think it goes without saying that is a 0.
Connor Falvey is sponsored by Elite Autos, Mobile One, Burke Lubricants, Westlake Tyres, Drift 2 Motorsport, RH Construction, Dean M Sport, and Moose Design.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be tough. You know, you put in all the work and get here, and then, you know, something like that happens. But that's drifting. That's what that's the risk you take every time, you know, you put the car out on track. And you kind of have to be ready to destroy it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and being 15 years old as well. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Because it's Irish and they're all...
Yeah, if they start driving the day they come out. Yeah, exactly.
Up next, we have Arunas Namontas in
BMW.
Yeah, it's a BMW. E92. I was looking for it, but all he's got here is Platinum Supercar hire. So I hope he didn't hire this car for the weekend, because I think it's going to bounce off a wall or two any minute now. There we go. Like clockwork. As he comes around the final corner, boot lid waving in the air. Kind of through the last clip and over the line. Plenty of enthusiasm again.
Yeah.
Let's use the word enthusiasm with that run.
If you could have held on to it with that angle, that would have been beautiful. But yeah, just came in a little too quick and threw just a bit too much angle, and that's all she wrote. Yeah.
Arunas, obviously a 0 on that run. Up next, we have
Torane Kavia.
Yes, I can see you're waiting. You're itching.
I know. It's like the one name I've been practicing. He has been absolutely shredding this weekend. I am expecting a really high quality run out of this. Another Norwegian driver. Yeah, this should be a very high scoring run.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing from Tor as he comes through into clip point 4. Pinpoint accuracy, running the wall the whole way across, just losing the spoiler but touching the whole way, clipping every single wall all the way through this and over the line.
Hate to say I told you so. But,
wow. You weren't joking.
I was not kidding. I've been keeping an eye on him all weekend, and even just seeing a couple runs in practice, I was like, yep, this is going to go well.
I'm just looking over what the judges are doing, and it's looking good. These guys are happy.
This is every other driver, whether you are at Iron Drift King or Drift Masters this weekend, needs to be taking notes on this run, because he basically put it on the wall or damn near on the wall every single clip. You can see here with this last zone, or with that
transition was beautifully done. Just
look at that. I think the wall moved out of the it was.
Like, we'll just curve around you with grace.
Yeah, no, that was incredible. 96.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Well deserved. He is sponsored by Kavia Motorsport, Link ECU, Boost Race Fuel, Lucas Oil, and I4 Williams Trailers. More of that, please.
Yes, please. I'll take a second helping.
Here we go. And up now we have Andreas Anker.
S13 with a 2J. Coming across the line there to start. Good initiation.
A little bit shallow and through one there.
Yeah, 2 looking good though. Back on throttle, popping away. Could have been deeper into 3 as it comes across into 4. Not quite as deep as the run we just saw, but definitely solid. Got both wheels in there for the majority of the time. Through 5. Look at the angle. This is what we were talking about previously. You're going to slow the car down with the angle, and nothing else.
It just looks so much better than holding it on the brake.
Yeah, it was a little jerky of initiation there. Kind of had to throw it a couple of times. But
Yeah. I quite like the flick, though. I enjoyed the fact that he actually flicked rather overpowered. A lot of the drivers here are just trying to overpower into
it's such a short run up, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's tricky. I was trying to think how I would do it and then go, now I'd just definitely crash. But, yeah, really nice drive there from Andreas. Andreas is sponsored by Payback Lubricants, Fantasy Tuning, Sign Enterprise, LV Performance, Anchors, Tivlopak, Prejet, and Jacques Verslov Auto Service.
I think that was a 77 I saw pop up there. Next up, Marius Svorkas.
Yeah, Marius E92 M3, 2JZ, 3.4 stroker.
Damn, that's a real stroke there.
A little bit shallow here by Marius. Not looking as smooth, nearly.
That was close.
That could have been a big accident there.
Yeah.
As he flicks the car through into clip 5. Clip 6 and clip 7 reasonably nicely making up for the first part of the track, but too many mistakes, I think.
I can't wait for you to read off this sponsor list. But yeah, definitely.
I can't.
No, definitely shallow through these zones, and the issue with that is that it puts you on a very strange line going into 4, where you're asking for trouble, and you can see here with his run, he just pulled it away at the right moment coming into 4. You can see how shallow it is, and oh, that could have been really bad.
I'm going to try and go for some of it at least. He is sponsored by Leichtmobil, Model Werkstedt, Heim Maritime, Boost Race Fuels, Moller Bilukdal, 59 North Wheels, Olsen Race Shop, Drive Norge, Auto Shine, Bilepi following FSV Group, Rap X Norway, RF's Performance Tools, Tonheim. That's all I know. The rest is just no idea.
Next up, Simon Olsen, good buddy of mine. Actually, one of the guys that helped convince me to come out to this event. So, let's see what Simon's got in that beautiful carbon Kevlar 5 Superman. First couple of zones not looking too bad, but coming through 4 here, this is the type of environment that he thrives in. You can see that, lots of angle, tons of horsepower, and tons of grip in that car. Definitely could have been a little deeper in a few of the other runs, or a few of the other zones, sorry, but these are well put together. There's the 360.
There we go.
Not quite a 360. I'll have to work on that a bit. But yeah, Simon, over in Formula Drift doing quite well this year. I think he's 6th overall with his teammate Odi Bakshish, who's also here this weekend. So it's kind of neat to run into a few FD people while we're kicking around. So yeah, absolutely stunning car. Sponsors Grendal, Rimax Lubricants, and then, Simon Olsen drifting. Oh, Boost Race Fuel as well. I don't know if you put that in his notes.
I'm glad you know that, because there are no notes.
I'm going to have to talk to him.
No notes about that.
Yeah, no notes. Simon Olsen coming in at the 76. So I know personally he can do better than that. I'll have a chat with him.
Yeah, you have a little word.
I will. Right after this.
Just send him a message.
I'm going to run out. I'm going to flip this to my phone.
But a bit better.
Yeah. Hey, that was okay, but
yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'm being harsh. I need to be less harsh. I have no right to be this harsh. Up next, we have Mads Andersen in this E92 Eurofighter full carbon fiber. Oh my goodness, that was very expensive.
Well, here's the nice thing about carbon Kevlar, is that it bounces back quite quickly.
I really hope it does.
Yeah, I've seen it personally. That sucks. Not enough side bite in the car, though. You can see, like, he did try to check it up and shore the car up, but it didn't grab. Look at it. Just kept going, and then yeah. He almost had to get back on throttle. He didn't use the brake, the hydro at all. No, coming into that. Probably should have got on throttle about 10 feet ago.
I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure on that. Just a lack of grip overall. Mads is sponsored by PS Fancy Tuning, Power Pipes, 59 North Wheels, again, Feel, Sunrocks, Pony Drift, Strong Flex, and FMIC. Up next, we have Jean-Eric Sieber.
I think we got a couple minutes here. But I was
hoping it was going to move a little bit. Like, it would just still keep going.
I mean, considering what that rear wheel looks like.
No, I can see that now. I see that now.
We talked about this. This will be the new trend with the stance kids. Yeah. It's not going to be camber anymore. It's going to be toe out. That'll be...
We have seen a bit of toe out so far.
Yeah.
On quite a few cars over this weekend.
Yeah, it is.
To this point.
Not forgiving whatsoever. Those walls don't move.
They do not remarkably so. Normally, if you've seen any events with concrete walls on them, they do move a bit. Like, they will move an inch, a foot if you hit them really hard. These ones, nope, they're not moving at all.
Hey, look, it's us.
Hi.
They spell your name right?
No. We have W's. Walton. W. Walton.
I like Volton better.
You like Volton?
No, I like Volton better.
I mean, if you were German, and you would pronounce it Volton anyway.
That's
because it's W.
W, yeah. Right. W?
W.
W.
But it's W in English.
Yeah. They got mine right.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad about that.
Yeah. The joke I always say when I tell people my last name is it's Gettins, like get well the Gettins good.
Yeah.
And then they remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, kiss cam.
Kiss cam.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That's a good sport.
Very enthusiastic.
Yeah, he was waiting on that one.
was almost too enthusiastic.
They've been friends for a while, and he's been waiting for this moment. No, it's a good crowd. I mean, I've very much enjoyed, just chatting with people and hanging out with people.
Oh, more kiss cam. Oh, look, here we go.
Yeah, she's trying to
the look of awkwardness.
Yeah. Maybe not. Oh, he's gone. No,
nah.
Opportunity gone, sir. Opportunity gone. Yeah, you need to rebrand, Mike. I'm just reading the chat here. Everyone's saying that it's you got to stick with the V.
Yeah?
So, yeah. No, it's been good. It's I like the festival grounds, I like the beach. I'm going to have to go for a swim later.
More kiss cam. Hey, oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was cute. Need to make a twist on the kiss cam. Needs to be like, chug your drink cam.
Yeah. Yeah, there's being in Germany, there's plenty of beer.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Might have had some.
Shocker. I do like the system of getting cars off. I mean,
yeah, it's very efficient.
Yeah, I mean, the U.S. they have a bad habit of just throwing a strap on it and trying to drag it up onto a ramp, whereas this, you can lift the whole thing, especially if it's damaged. I would be curious though, if you lose a wheel, how do they do it? Like how would they strap the car? Because they just loop everything through the wheels, right?
Let's just hope that doesn't happen and we don't have to experience such a thing.
Yeah. That's
if they lose a whole wheel, something real bad has happened.
Jonathan Hurst lost one at the last round.
Yeah.
The studs just sheared off. But then he told me that he's been running the same studs for 2 years now. So
Well, that is.
Yeah.
It's kind of his fault, isn't it?
Calling the parts store. You can see here. Yeah, just should have got on throttle as soon as he started going offline, but.
I think there's a lot of marbling there. There's a lot of loose rubber just outside the line, and as soon as you step just a millimeter over the line, you have lost it.
Yeah. Yeah, the marbles is something that we just, we don't talk about until it becomes an issue like this. But. And
here are our judges, Matthias, Vernon, and Chris.
Sitting next to us here.
Yeah.
Great guys. Haven't yelled at us yet.
No, I haven't been punched by any judges yet.
One of them even gave me a chocolate bar. It was great.
Really?
Or candy bar.
You got a chocolate bar?
I did, yeah. You got to be nicer.
I thought it was nice. I'm stroking this guy's leg for half an hour.
There's the wave. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do at this point. So hopefully we can get back to the pits, change everything. Maybe, I do know Odie is here. He's running field suspension, so if there is a broken strut, then maybe Odie's there with the wrenches out ready to go.
I did see him walking around earlier talking to... Actually, I can't say who's
No, we can't.
Probably shouldn't do that.
Probably shouldn't do that.
That could have nearly been a problem. Okay,
Jan
so...
Siebert. Nissan 370Z, another big wing gang. All right, through one, little shallow coming to two. How are we going to hold out for three? Got it deeper in through three. Four is where he's going to have to make up for it, though. We want to see that wing grinding the wall. Looks like he tapped it there.
Almost does.
Almost took at that cone. It was shaking. Still a little bit shallow. I'm not sure. We talked about this before, cars being a little bit too gripped up, but it's interesting. A couple of the zones he was great in, and then a couple he was just shallow.
You can see he's put a lot of effort into that car. There was a lot of clutch kicks when he was feathering the throttle and the clutch all at the same time, trying to keep the power there and the wheels moving exactly where he wanted to. He just needs to relax a little bit. Like it's the end of the first set of qualifying now. Nearly, we've only got a couple of cars left.
Yeah.
It's been sat in line for a very long time. The car, obviously, before him has crashed, so he's just been sat there tentatively waiting. And that can make you very nervous, especially with a track like this.
Yeah, I think the mental game, or the game between the ears, as I've heard it called, is something that needs to be talked about more. It's incredibly difficult because you're expected to be basically perfect after just sitting. These guys haven't run in a few hours. The track conditions are going to change a little bit, and we're still expecting them to come out and put down a 100-point run.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's tough. Jan-Erik Siebert.
So Jan-Erik Siebert is sponsored by Gem Speed.
72. Dorothy. I think I'm going to call that one Dorothy on the left. Not the driver.
Right, okay. I'm sure Michaela would love being called Dorothy. Right, up now we have Michaela Overgaard Motorsport, 2JZ powered S15. Not a 2JZ powered S15.
That is a BMW.
It's definitely an E46 BMW. Possibly has a 2JZ in it. It sounds a bit 2JZ. As he flicks the car. Wow, really using all of the lock of the car. Just seeing those the hubs there going over center a couple of times as he flicks the car, but making a fairly reasonable job of this as he comes into that first corner. Washes a little bit wide, straightens it out just a bit, but he manages
to power.
Yeah, he manages to hold it.
That's what we were talking about with the last crash, is like you really just have to get on the power there. We do see the left foot brake come into play as that front left locks up, but coming into 4, great angle. I was going to call it something else, but you said you'd fight me if I said it. Yeah, as he comes through the rest of 4. And then this real snappy transition in through 5. So, but it makes him, shallow through the rest of the zone.
Yeah.
So.
He is sponsored by Fantasy Tuning Power Pipes, End Guards, Auto Technic, Fat Fun Auto Tuning, All 2 Parts, Technicar, and ECU Master Denmark.
74, putting him in 20th overall.
Up next, we have Matthew Steele, aka Mitto.
Mitto?
Mitto.
I'm assuming this is somebody you know.
Yes, Matthew Steele. I know Matthew Steele very well from England. He actually has one of our exhaust manifolds on the car. As he goes into second corner, doing a bit of a rolling burnout, not quite managing to get to clip 3 and shallow through clip 4 as well. A bit of a tentative run, but he is holding it together and getting round the track all the way as he comes through that last clip and over the line.
That's an SR20 under the hood, right?
It is an SR20 under the hood, and some very aggressive setup on that car. You see how much camber the front wheels have. There's a lot of mechanical grip put into the car, which he might be struggling a little bit with, because obviously, as we see here, missing clip 3 entirely. As he makes that transition into clip 4, dabbing the brakes there, using a left foot brake to steady the car, but just not quite as deep as we would expect from Matthew Steele. He is sponsored by Livery Delivery, Big Bear Customs Stacked Inch, Shirts Tucked In, Garage 21, and Image B.
I want to know what Shirts Tucked In is.
I think it's you'll see later.
Oh.
He wears a kind of shirt it's like a
particular,
like a Hawaiian-y type shirt thing, and it's like a brand.
Okay, 54.
54 points for Matthew Steele.
Not great, but more horsepower. I mean, SRs are cool, don't get me wrong, but
I think he needs less grip.
Could be. M4, we almost rented one of these.
We did, but
not this one.
The budget wouldn't allow, sadly. 2JZ powered BMW M4. This making a very shallow line there, not hitting any of the clips at all, struggling massively and keeping that car away from the walls. No danger of it hitting any of these clipping points at the minute as he comes around the final corner and across the line.
Yeah, way too much angle coming in to that initiation, and then that kind of ruined the rest of the run. So right here, initiation looks good as he tries to set it up for 1, and then you see the car start to over-rotate. So not enough side bite in the rear, and that was kind of all she wrote for the rest of it. Beautiful looking car. I do really like the front ends on these cars.
They do look good.
They're just aggressive, angry looking. I like cars that look angry or silly, nothing in between.
Don't like normal cars.
No, I really don't. I mean, I appreciate them, don't get me wrong, but I want something different.
Yeah.
His chassis are great, but
you can't blame me for that.
Yeah.
He was sponsored by LC Markentrepad, IDG Tools, and Sunnet Tech.
So it's a 48 that's going to put him down in 37th. Not enough to make it in the show yet. He's definitely going to have to clean that up quite a lot.
And up next is Peter Utasi from Hungary. The only information I have on him is he drives an F22 M2. Throws it into the first corner. I've seen those colours before on another car today, have I?
Yeah, that is
Very similar. He is from Hungary, putting the pedal down, making a lot of smoke out of the back of this BMW M2, getting into all the clipping zones. Maybe not quite as deep as we want, but he is getting in all of them.
Some interesting rate to angle with the car, too, just looking at how it's kind of balanced out. The transitions don't look bad other than the fact that he's not hitting the zones. So I don't know if it's a timing thing that's causing
I think
him to
he entered a little bit early here, didn't
Yeah.
he? So that clipping point on the first left-hand,
Yeah.
the front left tyre, sorry, was nowhere near that. So he missed quite a few of the clipping point zones on the first part of the track. It seems to clean it up a little bit for the second part of the track, but not as deep as many.
immediately into a left foot brake. Like as he comes into four, you can see him lock up that front left, which
Yeah, and it didn't really help him because it just
No.
drew him away from the outer line that we wanted to see him run. Judges are not marking him too badly for that, though. 65 points puts him into 30th position.
I believe that is our final driver, and we rotate back up. We flip the pad back to the top.
And we are back with Archie Sugarhammer.
I like Sugarhammer.
I like Sugarhammer as well.
We got to stick with Archie Sugarhammer.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
100%. Throws it into the first corner with a huge amount of limiter bashing. You need to change up, Archie. That's not going to make you go any faster at all, my friend. That is a fantastic line, though, so far from Archie, as he fulfills all of those clipping zones. Just about close enough to the wall not to make any damage, but I think he's keeping some points here.
I think so, yeah. I mean, it looked a little weird there coming out of four, but he managed to clean it up, managed to get the rear end where it needed to be. Nice little feint in that initiation. Really draws out that first zone. And then right here, back on the power before hitting the marbles into two, and keeps pushing through. Lots of tire smoke. I mean, it's a good indication of how the car's set up too.
Yeah.
Is how much tire smoke, and then listening to the engine to understand, okay, is it loaded? Is there wheel speed? You know, what's going on? But no, the car looks set up. He looks comfy.
He has spent a fair bit of time setting this car up. That is what the main thing, their main aim, the goal of the team is to have a good setup in the car, and it looks like it's working.
Yeah, no, his driving looks. It looks great. I mean, it's not like he was fighting anything. It's just a matter of placement at this point in time and commitment. I mean, that's the big one. He's just got to have nerves.
I think we could see a bit more drama if I was going to be really picky from the run, but
Yeah.
we will see that come out later on.
76.
in the battles, and we will with a 76-point run, putting him into 18th position so far.
Now we get to be very picky. You've
Yeah.
got your runs in. You've got whatever your safe is. You know, or you've screwed up.
Zeroed out, and now you're
Yeah,
panicking.
exactly.
And you've really got to do everything you can to get in to this next run.
I think we've got. Is this?
This
who do
should
we have
be
up next?
Anthony Rocky in this. Nope.
No. Who we got up here? Okay, it's Anthony Rocky. Yeah, no. Oh, right. We had to update his car on our notes here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's all good. Lots of power coming out
GT86. Oh, my goodness.
That is a boop. You're asking what a boop was? That was a
That
boop.
was exactly a boop.
Look at the front. Look at his front tire.
Yes,
he's picked up a
completely
lot.
Is it delaminated? Do I see cords? No.
No, I think that's the white
It's just
from
a
the chalk.
reflection. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
But yeah, that car slid out pretty quick. So big initiation there. And then you can just see, should be getting back on the throttle now and doesn't, just too little too late. And that duckbill goes for some flight time.
It's horrible to watch.
So let's see it again in slow motion.
Yeah.
Big e-brake.
Just the pain. Yeah, a big amount of e-brake.
And then he brakes again.
Doesn't get on the power again.
Wrong. Well,
panics.
here's the thing, though. If you are going to go into a wall like that, grabbing the e-brake and just getting the back end is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Let the bumper do its job instead of taking it on the wheel and absolutely destroying the suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to go, that's probably the best way to do it.
If you've committed to the wall, Anthony Rocky, that was the situation we were saying. He had it all to play for, and unfortunately, it did not pay off for him.
Yeah. 00.
And
That's a BRZ. A BRZ.
a very unhappy Anthony down there.
Yeah.
And I feel for him.
Yeah, it's rough. Hopefully he's okay, though. Looks like it. I think he's going to feel that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be a little sore.
I think, I imagine that's more of a... It's more emotional damage than pain. He seems to be stood up fine.
Emotional damage. For everybody watching at home, if you guys do have any questions, anything we want to talk about, we got some time. We are checking in on the chat as much as we possibly can. We got it up here live. Although it doesn't have auto translate, we need to get that implemented.
And learning to crash right is a skill. Yes, Ryan, you are dead correct. Oh man, look at that.
Yeah,
that breaks my heart. Can we stop? Can we stop putting him on camera? He's in a bad place right now. Like, just put the camera on something else.
Yeah,
come on, guys.
Let's go back to the kiss cam. Yeah, he kissed the wall. It's the wrong kiss cam. Nope, there they go. Some liquid spilled, maybe. It depends on what his setup is. I think they're just sweeping little bits of fiberglass and.
Yeah, there's a good bit of liquid on the track there. We don't know what that is. Is it fuel, oil?
Could be just rear-mounted rad. I'm assuming it's a rear-mount rad, but yep.
It does look like a rear-mount rad, yeah, but the red 4x4, I believe, is a fire truck, so some fire safety guys there just making sure everything, the site is as safe as it possibly can be.
Shouts out to Blueberry in the chat saying good for him for tossing it around to minimize damage. Actually got to meet them in St. Louis. Nice. It was kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome that awesome to get some fans that are here and people following from different events. I think too, like, for me, it's important that we watch, if you're into, Drift Masters, that you watch something like this, but then you also watch maybe FD or some of the other championships, and obviously vice versa. I think it's a massive disservice to pick one series and be like, that's the only one I watch, because just it's incredible how different but the same they are.
Yeah, I just find it unbelievably confusing when I watch other events. I'm like, well, why did they judge it like that?
Well, we were talking about that today.
No idea. Why did you do that? I didn't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
But then you watch it like another event and go, well, the people who will be watching FD, for example, would maybe look at this and go, why is it judged like that? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that was the difference we were kind of chatting about between, maybe this event and Drift Masters and FD, whereas, proximity is king here. That is what everybody wants, whereas in FD they judge line a lot heavier. So it's definitely a different system between the two, but yeah. It's good. You take somebody like James Dean coming over from Europe and then just decimating for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to be there in person for 2 of them, and it was wild. It threw every team for a loop.
Yeah, it was great fun. Here we go, back with the kiss cam
Oh,
again.
look at him!
Yeah, he nearly did it.
Oh.
We're nearly there. There we go. We might get a kiss cam. There we go.
A couple guys saying Kavia could take double this weekend. I completely agree.
What was that, sorry?
That Tomei Kavia could take double this weekend. Both,
yeah.
I
can definitely see it.
Yeah.
That would be quite something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, just a car holding out for both these events, because this does run very quickly between the two.
Yeah.
Like, so quick.
Yeah, just getting through everything. I mean,
well,
obviously
we literally the seats, even the seats we were sat in, were literally, the DMEC guys got out, we were like, right, thanks, and then just jumped straight back into this exact same seat.
I did clean Dave Egan's sweat off the chair before I sat down. The event so far has been incredible. It's run, so at least from my perspective, it's run seamlessly.
Really smooth.
Yeah.
Really smooth.
It's been good.
These guys are very efficient in getting stuff done, and everything is done to its full. There's no like halfway, like, we'll fix that later, or anything
it's been
like
good.
that. Everything is done. So big props to the event and IDK and all the staff here.
No, it's been good. Shouts out to all the media people. I came from a media background, so everybody here, wearing a media vest, shooting stuff for drivers or for their social media, is a very, very thankless job. But if it wasn't for, everybody out there with a camera in hands, we wouldn't be able to see a lot of this. We wouldn't get the stories from the drivers. Their social media would be, terrible. So having a good media person is vital to having a successful career in any profession. I mean, any professional motorsport, for sure. We're seeing the kitty litter out. Is a kitty litter here? Do you guys use like crushed walnuts or something? Oh, okay. That's his drag line coming out. Hopefully it's just water. That's what.
I mean, going by the people wearing all the hazardous fire stuff, I would say this is not water. I would go for fuel of some description.
What's the main fuel that you guys run over here? Is everybody on ethanol? Is it a mix or?
Well, I've seen a lot of ethanol, and I've smelt a lot of ethanol.
That's a good
out there. So I would go with most of these guys are going to be running on ethanol or petrol.
And one diesel. We need more diesel. More diesel drift cars.
We
terrible. I know. I saw that the Black Smoke Racing guys looks like they popped an engine. So sad.
Very upsetting.
Yeah, big sad on that one. But Martin from Canada. So he's saying, I wish our events had this level of broadcast tech. The driving in Canada is high grade, but the media in the events is also impressive. So still putting the Quebecians against all of Europe easy. There is so Quebec is a French section within Canada. They have a very particular style of driving. It's very loud and aggressive, big angle. I would say closer to like a Japanese style than it is like an American style. But there have been quite a few amazing drivers that have come out of that area. All the cars have like very flashy liveries, neons, reflectives. Like it's wild. So and then you get over to Ontario where it's a completely different style, but all within the same country.
Yeah. Well, you're a media guy, and you're from Canada.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And I'll fix the problem, right?
This is your problem to fix.
Honestly, broadcast, man, it's so tough to put in this. Like, look at the boxes near us, like all the cords. Yeah. Like, look, this is literally sitting next to us 1,000 cables. So it's tough. I mean, it's the company that's putting this on, I believe, does stuff with like the UFC, and so it's not a cheap endeavor, that's for sure. That man just got friend zoned real hard.
Really badly, very quickly.
Yeah, that's real tough. That you want to talk about an ego hit?
Try and shrug it off.
Yeah. Are they going to throw it up? Let's see. Graphics department, do your work.
It's hard to see how much fluid is left on the track right this minute, but hopefully we can get sorted and on our way pretty quickly. Our judges sat next to me looking very happy. You can see smiles on both of their faces. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
They get to sit and listen to us all day. That's why they're happy.
Yeah. Now there's some, now they've gone down the route of
hand gestures.
Yeah, hand gestures. All kinds of
all
stuff.
love. Yeah, the little heart symbol. That's what I saw.
Yeah, definitely. There was something like that.
No, that is the most thankless job in sports, especially in motorsports. I do not. That is people are like, oh, you should go judge an event. I'm like, no, I would. There are so many things I would rather do that I'm not allowed to say on the internet.
Yeah.
Than to judge anything.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah, you're addicted to judging, though. How many events did you say you were judging this year?
30. Wow.
30 events. From Brazil to Japan.
What a flex.
30 events.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. That's a huge amount of responsibility. Something I definitely would not want to do. Wow, look at the machinery they've got here.
I know.
Putting the stuff up. I don't have this. Like, my council at home that like look after the roads and everything don't have this kind of equipment.
We're getting shade here for not knowing what shirts tucked in is.
Okay.
Casey's an epic driver. I will find out. I will do my research.
Shirts tucked in. Well, we're in trouble for that now, are we?
I guess, yeah.
There's a shirt.
I forgot as an announcer, we need to know everything about everything all the time.
Single tiny
we should have had ChatGPT pulled up the whole time, just doing our job for us. But yeah, great crowd here. I mean, everybody's been incredibly nice. Had a few people recognize the what do you call these hats? We call them a toque in Canada, a beanie in America. I've heard someone call it a knit. Is that right? No?
I don't know. We just use American terms for the American
Call it
hats.
a beanie?
It's just a hat.
You guys don't have these? Like a knitted winter?
Kind of do. Like, if you're trying to be American, then people wear those, then yeah.
Oh, man.
There's lots of... This is shirts tucked in. There's just...
Oh, it's a media company. Okay.
So you should know this.
I don't know everything.
You should know this.
Here we go. That's some amazing work, though. Great shutter drags, great framing. Now I'm doing commentary on people's
There you
photos.
go.
If you guys get a chance, if you're listening in, go check out Shirt Stuck. These are our German counterparts. We look the exact same, just, you know.
That's a
not
lie.
all.
Those guys are much more handsome.
They're
Look at
very,
them.
very handsome gentlemen. Shouts out to them for doing this entire event. I think they're announcing everything.
Yeah, and they're stood outside. It's hot outside. It's hot and humid here. What is like 28, 29 degrees Celsius. And they are stood out there in the sun. And we're here in a nice air-conditioned cabin.
We need equipment like this everywhere.
Yeah,
Look at
the
that beast.
size of it, though.
I know. I mean, if you're going to do it right.
Yeah, it's an incredible job.
Sun is coming out.
I think it's been out all the time we've been in here, hasn't it?
I know. I think the moment we came
I
in.
can't see a cloud. I'm looking out the window now, and I can't see a single cloud outside.
Not one. It's going to be a heat wave. Volvo, or Volvo? I would say Volvo. Yeah.
Yeah, but which Volvo?
DL240.
Yeah? That was so quick.
Yeah, love me a DL240. Oh, we get a quick shot here of the flags. Yeah, what about you? What Volvo are you picking?
The V60. Yeah, V60. We're going for the V60.
Just
Just
the
because
first thing
it's
you thought
the
of?
biggest. No, because it was the one that came out, and I was like, is that V60 drifting?
Yeah.
That's why. I think
Okay.
I could see the other ones drifting. Like that, I was like, what?
There was a shop I worked for that had a DL240 with a 2J swapped in. It was beautiful, and like that was the moment. Oh, there we go.
There we go. So hopefully we'll get all of this stuff cleaned up very quickly for you and resume.
Leider ist er jetzt das Versuchskaninchen für wie viele Könnesseiten eigentlich?
Das ist absolut richtig.
It does look like we're nearly there. I can see no more machinery, and it looks like the officials are just inspecting the track, looking for any excess debris and making sure it is safe to run, although it does look a little bit wet, a little wet patch across the track. Maybe that's going to affect some of the drivers and some of the lines, but hopefully not too much. The sun is out and it is very warm here. 29 degrees Celsius doesn't sound that warm, but when it's coupled with like 90-degree humidity, it is something. It is quite something. I can assure you.
Yeah, she's warm.
Was it warm out there, Jacob? Did
Yeah.
you just go for a little walk there?
Yeah, it's warm outside. I had to go check. I had to make sure that your no clouds was factual.
And was it?
Yeah, I fact-checked every statement.
So what are we calling this crane here? Martha. Going for Martha with that one.
Yeah, so we had Dorothy and Martha. And then what was that big wheel digger thing that we saw? We got to find a name for that one.
I feel like he should be called John.
John?
Yeah.
Just called John.
Yeah, do you disagree?
No, I agree. It very much looks like a John. All business, no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a couple people asking for full rank list. I'm sure we can get that pulled up here shortly so you guys can see where we're at. 90 for that scooter ride. Yeah. quick little hype reel how just absolutely incredible this event is. Yeah, it has been an absolute honor to be here. And speaking of absolute honors, we've got Lars Visser coming up next out of the Netherlands. This is that NASCAR V8, the R5 P7, 9,000 RPM red line on it. So it is definitely makes some noise. Curious like how you get your hands on one of those. Is it, I'm sure there's not many websites where you can just order up a NASCAR V8. I'm thinking you'd have to have some friends that have some connections there. But yeah, we'll see what this second run looks like for him. And I think we should be good to go here now that those tires are warmed up. Lars is ready to go at the line. I don't know exactly what we're waiting on to get things rolling, but it should be any second now. The kick scooter test. We're making sure of that. Look at that. If he doesn't fall, we're good. Oh, he pulled a wheelie. We got to be good then.
Has it been proved? Is it micro scooter approved?
I think it's micro scooter approved.
Excellent. That is all we need. It's very sandy in here. Why is it so sandy in here?
Not sure. Because of the beach.
Die Tür ist auf jeden Fall zugeschmissen. Blickkontakt ist da. Ampel müsste jede Sekunde anlegen.
Right.
Dann heißt es.
Now we're on. We're going.
Yeah, it should be. I think we were waiting on the final results of the kick scooter test. So we got the thumbs up, and we should be good to go. There it is.
And here we are off Lars Visser again in the NASCAR-powered S14, throwing into the first corner, getting a little bit deeper than he did the first time round, hitting clip 3 as well as he transitions now, shallow off of 4, deep towards the end of that clipping zone as he flicks back through clip 5. A lot of rotation and a bit of steering input there makes him miss clip 7, and he comes across the line.
Do love the sound of that engine. You mean it's... Yeah.
I mean, it sounds too deep for 9,000 horsepower.
I just don't think he's using... Or 9,000 RPM. I don't think he's just using all the RPM.
9,000 RPM, sorry.
9,000 horsepower, that's a whole other can of worms. That's a top fuel dragster at that point. But yeah, it looks like he's got some hesitations in there. The other part that's going to start playing into this now is the shadows. This is same thing that maybe we don't think about is you're going to drive from light to dark to light, and your eyes have to react to that. That just another thing to make this sport more difficult.
Yeah.
But what is good though is that area that we had to clean up looks like it's tightened up. So.
Well, Lars Visser didn't seem to have too many problems with that, getting a 68 points in that second round.
That is going to be tough. That is going to be tough. So our cutoff, I'm guessing our cutoff is going to be somewhere around 73, 74.
Well, Niels Visser, brother, we assume, heads into the first corner with plenty of pace into clip 1, missing clip 2. Completely looks like he's dialed a lot of grip into that car between his first and second run, and just struggling to get out to that clip, making it up for clip 4, but coming away early again, and flicks it now into clip 3. Nearly dropping a wheel, but not quite, as he comes and misses clip 7 as well, just really struggling, not having a good time.
Oh, well, he's putting on a show there at the end. Yeah, the car, I don't know if he's changed setup in the car or what exactly was going on there, but it seems a little bit looser now. It seems maybe less predictable. But you can see, yeah, it throws in the angle.
I think it looks like he's put more grip into the car.
Yeah.
So more grip, and he's struggling to make that grip work. Like it's really bitten up. So I mean, the sun comes out here. There's a lot of rubber down on that track now. A huge amount. There's been so many runs, literally since 9 o'clock this morning till now. What's the time now? It is
5 p.m.
5 p.m. That track has been in solid use the whole time by one championship, one practice or another. There's a lot of rubber, and that sun that's now beating down, it was cloudy this morning, the sun that's beating down will have changed how that rubber reacts on the tarmac. And next we have Christian.
Another Norwegian driver. That was
huge handbrake track.
Yeah, I'm happy that that spot's not causing any problems because it definitely could. The track cleanup team has done a good job, and we're seeing in through 4 there, like good proximity. Would like to see, you know, tearing off some of those graphics, but it seems a little bit safer. Yeah, just I really think that with the sun out now, the track is evolving a bit.
It's gripped up a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah. So this is, same thing, just another thing to take note of. Kind of a strange initiation there where he kind of adds more angle into it a little bit later on. Little too much of an e-brake pull, big left foot brake there. Same thing, if we can see it, the judges can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, left foot brake there into clip 4 as well. Does kind of set him on a decent line through clip 4, to be fair, but just a little bit shallow on the first part. He gets a decent score, okay. 83 points. Puts him into 7th position.
Not bad.
Volvo?
745, I believe.
Did he come out first?
I'm not sure. I think maybe we missed it. No, we definitely didn't see this.
No.
He must have missed his first
Volvo.
Yeah, all the Volvo. Big boxy Volvo. All right.
The old brick. Definitely. Look, this is really good for technically a first run in that massive Volvo. Beautifully on line through clip 4.
2 feet of overhang coming off that rear wheel definitely helps, that's for sure.
It looks like he's having to fight it, though. You can hear the throttle off and on and off and on. A lot of steering angle. And then the big 360.
I'll take it. He just threw all the groceries around that are in the back of that thing. Initiation was fairly clean here, although a little straight through one section.
People are missing clip 1. Like, I just feel like people need to brake a little bit later. And
it's the angle of attack that they're coming in at, right?
Yeah, it's really difficult.
They setting up the track, they've given you a very particular spot they want you to initiate, not just by, but like the location on the track. And I think that's going to come into play a lot more during tandem. But for this right now, you've really got to get a lot of speed before that initiation point, and then almost get right on the power and push the car out.
Yeah.
Whereas we're seeing a lot of handbrakes through there, but I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be enough to make it in the show. But I
don't know. I think it probably is.
Yeah.
What are the judges looking at? They've got a medium look about them.
Medium concern.
Yeah. There's no jumping up in the air, but there's no frowns.
Yeah.
73 points.
Okay.
23rd position. So what did you say your cutoff was?
I think it's going to be 73.
Predicted?
73 will be the cutoff.
I reckon.
Yeah, that's where I'm heading with this. So.
Up now, Nicholas Bertans
of Latvia.
The stock LS3. Is it a scrapyard LS3 you call it? A boneyard LS3?
Boneyard? We say scrap, but I'll take boneyard. So that was better, although same thing, long initiation.
Oh, beautifully positioned though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit shallow into 4, gets it back though, comes out to the wall, out to that final clipping point, gets the transition done nice and early, which is what you want. Nice early transition, gets you set up really nice for the corner, and it makes a huge difference to your line.
Yeah, a lot of left foot braking in there, but it didn't look like it disrupted the car. He was using it correctly. Good initiation, and then we see right there Z-brake pull to get deeper into the zone. Back on throttle at a good time to set him up for 2. There's the left foot brake that I was talking about.
And that clip was the best clip out of all of them. But
that's what I mean. Like, if you're going to use it correctly, not to correct the car, but to kind of deepen where you need to be. When it looks like you're using it just to get to the zone, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But if you're already in the zone and you're just making sure you're either holding it or going deeper into it, that's what you want to. That's when you use that. But yeah, it was a great run.
Real nice tidy run. And it shows 90 points for Nicolas Bertans.
Back to the Supra. Car that looks just as good going fast as it does sitting still.
You're going to have to do it now. Does it look better than the Sora or not?
It does. I can't do it.
You tried. If I get you into a corner, would you really?
There we go.
It definitely looks good doing that, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, look at Andreas fly around the track.
Oh, so much angle.
Rubbing the back end all the way around clip 4. massive amounts of smoke pouring out of the back of the car, out through the rear window as well. This is phenomenal.
Oh,
this guy is putting on a show, and what a way to do it. Look.
Yeah. Too bad about that tail light. That's going to be about 200 pounds. One of those.
Yeah, for a run like that, it's worth it.
100% worth it. You can see just straight from initiation.
Yeah, really deep into one.
Gets on the throttle. He's playing the angle game the whole time. That car sat on lock for half of the run. So look at this. Oh,
so good.
So perfect. Oh, it's so good. Oh, just when you see the bumper flex like that, you know, the car doesn't get disrupted. You see just the bumper push out of the way. In this case, you know, the tail light get flung out. You can't ask for much better than that. Do you think this is enough to take our top qualifying spot, though?
I don't know. I'm going to look at our judges.
Just the amount of angle coming out of 4.
I think it's looking close from what I can see.
You're like a kid in school again, checking your
I
neighbor's notes.
Just looking over shoulders here, and I can see some big numbers. So
Those are big numbers.
They're up big. 95 points puts Andreas into 2nd position.
Oh man, I need more of that.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, love it. Franz Kunzik?
Yeah, probably.
Sure. Green Door Garage. R33.
Yeah, sounds like it's struggling a little bit. Coming into entry. Oh, that was too deep. That was a tap. That was a boop.
That was a boop.
That was nearly a boop. That was a complete boop.
That is a boop. That's a wall tap that we don't want. Another one. Oh. I will take as many wall taps as we can get. These guys know. They know where they have to be at this point. They know that they've got to qualify better, and we're starting to see the aggressiveness come out. And for the guys that have put down a good run, now it's time to put down a better run. And for the guys that are sitting on zeros, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. See, the R33 in the US is like the least liked one, too. That's the crazy part.
Yes, similar in everywhere else as well.
They nicknamed it the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like them though. I would say R33 over R32 personally. That one's gonna. Not the over R34 though.
No.
No.
No, not 33 over 32. Are you mad?
Yeah, apparently.
If you've been drinking, like,
no, I haven't.
What are you doing? What are you talking about?
Maybe I've just seen too many R32s. I'm just trying to get the chat going at this point.
Right, yeah, you're just trying to start an argument.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
As I
speak untruths.
I wouldn't say it's untruth. I'm opening the chat now to see what goes on.
It's just gone mad.
Just explosion. I don't know if they've gotten to that point yet. The delay is the anticipation.
So Franz Kunzik, 79 points, putting him into 13th position. Plenty of aggression. I think could have paid off doing a little bit less. Right, here we have Roger Stockley. He had a bit of problem with this car the first time round. Team Punisher. Yeah, look, he is trying to make a statement this time. Smoke from the very start, rolling burnout all the way down. A little bit of a handbrake drag, two laps and a lot left of brake to get him into those clipping zones, slowing him down. It doesn't look fast, this car, and missing clip 4, the start of clip 4, but getting into the zone and coming out the zone again a little bit early. Deep though into 5 and 6 and 7, and that just sounds so very V8.
Yes, it looks very V8. That Boss kit is a very American-looking kit.
Yeah.
I am a big fan. I know it's another controversial, although I will say that there are people in here that do say that the R33 is better. Thank you, everyone who is correct. And everybody else, you can
lies and fables.
Oh man, yeah, it's he's getting points on the board, which is obviously important, but something is going on. I mean, those Zestinos do look like he's got a fair bit of grip coming out of the car, but maybe he doesn't want to bang it up too much.
74 points puts him into 23rd position.
Someone just lost their return invite for commentary. Oh man, this is great. Oh, yeah. All right.
Philip Naroki up next
from the Ling Long Drift team.
Yeah. In this M50 turbo-powered S13. And I believe he is sitting on a 0 so far and has everything to play for. So we are shallow in through clip 2, very shallow on clip 3. It looks like he's just trying to get a run down so that he can get some points on the board, but they're not looking like they're going to be a lot of points at this point, Jacob.
No, I don't know if this is going to be enough to get you in the show. I mean, it's good that you want to get points on the board after a terrible first run, but I hate to say it, it's going to have to be better than that.
Yeah,
initiation was the wrong tire.
We're just kind of shallow everywhere, really.
Yeah.
It's just no place was worse than others. It's all not quite as deep as we want to do.
No, quick shout out. I know my kids are up and watching at home. So Xander, Zaylee, and Ziva. Yes, I'm that person that names my kids like that. Hopefully you guys are listening to your mother and being good today.
Do you know what's funny?
What's that?
I named my kids Miles and Max. And I'm Mike. And my wife's called Mary.
No way! Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah, we're weird. Just don't worry about it.
I mean,
people.
my wife is Jessie, so it's Jessie and Jacob. So I mean, there's a lot going on. So
Philip, he does get a score on the board, but it's not going to be enough
34.
for 60 points. Puts him into 34th position.
No.
Up next, we have JJ Stevens, scared of the walls the first time round. JJ, come on. I know your car is absolutely beautiful, but we need to see you against the walls. It is not good enough. Shallow on that initiation line and very tentative entry.
Yeah.
That shuts the car down.
No.
Clearly having some sort of problem there.
Yeah, there's something. I will say R34, favorite looking Sky.
Yeah.
Do we consider the new GTR an R35? No.
Yeah.
Is it considered an R35?
Yeah, but it's not as good looking.
No, I agree. Best looking car.
Ever. Any car.
Yeah.
The latest Singer Porsche Turbo.
Ooh. Wow, that is very... Yeah,
the one that just rolled out last week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago or something.
Interesting. I like an F40.
Yeah, I like an F40.
It's just that wedge shape. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but even like an Enzo Ferrari, I think is kind of sick too. It's tough. Very tough.
There's lots of Japanese car fans
watching
drifting, going, "What? No." Surely the RX-7 FD is a better looking car.
So that is my like Great White Buffalo car. That is the car I've tried to buy several times. It's always fallen out of my hands.
Up next, we have Bas Moul again with that intra post. BMW making a whole host of noises. I hope all of them are good.
Yeah.
It has so many pops and bangs coming out the back of the car. I can't tell whether it's falling apart or going really well. I can see it is going well, though. Look at how close he's getting to these clipping points. And that was beautiful all the way through long clipping zone 4 as it comes across the line. Very good run for Pascal.
Very good run.
And I believe his first run was pretty good as well. So it'll be interesting to see whether he managed to improve on his initial score.
Well, look at it's the throttle commitment basically going all the way out to the wall at 1. And that sets you up for the rest of the run. But that commitment right there is what I think a lot of the other drivers have been lacking.
Yeah.
They'll kind of throw it in and then grab the e-brake to extend it. No, you need to be on the throttle, driving almost towards the wall. And if you're going to grab the e-brake, it's right at the end.
Yeah, I think the only way he could have improved on this was maybe a bit of a snappier transition, maybe.
Yeah. We're getting nitpicky now, though.
Yeah, I mean,
but hey, that's what we need to do.
Let me have a look. 84, he improves by 2 points, only just, and he is all the way up there in 7th position.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be quite happy with that.
Up now, Jean Hedger.
From Drift Brothers.
Drift Brothers.
Yeah. With 600 horsepower.
And this was the extra cool looking PS13 that comes through and does a rolling burnout all the way from the start. It's on good pace as well and a really good line so far. This is showing some style, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I would like to see a bit of a snappy transition, get him into 4 a bit earlier, but I am being very picky as he flicks through into clip 5. This is looking really good. Very nice and tidy run.
Really only, about 2, major corrections there in my mind. Right there near the final zone there in 7, I think it was 5, there was another one where you saw some understeer. The car just kind of floated a little bit awkwardly. But other than that, I mean, it's definitely a great run. It's good to see the consistency between a couple runs. It means when he gets into battles, they're all going to be hopefully phenomenal. I am curious to see what his chase driving is like. That's the one thing, obviously, we haven't seen a lot of.
Yeah.
Even in practice, guys weren't chasing that hard. So.
No.
This is looks like a fun track to chase at.
I have been told
Yeah.
by several drivers that it is a chaser's track, this. So the battles later on should be definitely something to watch. Jan Hedger, an 80, doesn't quite improve on his first run, but he remains safely, I believe, in 9th position.
Yeah, I would say he's well in a spot that I mean it could go the other way. We could see a bunch of people come through and really shake things up. So I mean I wouldn't feel comfortable quite yet.
Using a lot of rev limiter to control the speed into the first corner. Could have been a little deeper into 2 and into 3. Smashes the limiter. Really nice transition though. Very nice and snappy. And nice and wide. Runs that wall beautifully through clip 4. Throwing the car in. Not making too many corrections. Looking like quite a nice line.
Yeah, thankfully the beginning of his run was not an indication of how the rest of it was going to go. That initiation definitely wasn't what we were looking for.
Yeah, it was very on the inside and,
Yeah.
and kind of overpowering to a handbrake drag. There was no real initiation as such, and I think he may have even drove the first bit, which...
Yeah, I'd be curious if the judges start looking at replays for that. But, I mean, after that, Zone 3 wasn't perfect, but getting into Zone 4, he kind of found his pace. Was able to get the car in the pocket, and then from there, just a solid exit out. Nice, smooth transition into 5. And then... Are we getting extra points for these 360s? I mean,
I don't know.
yeah.
360s get extra points?
No, that was a hard no. That wasn't just a no. That was a disappointed you asked
You
no.
idiot. Why would you ask my question?
Ian Phillips.
Ian Phillips.
Big Magnuson supercharger on this bad boy. I do like a supercharger wine.
There we go from the off. Plenty of tyre smoke. Seems to be online and drifting from the off. Very nice and deep into clip 1 and clip 2. That looked like it was going to be good. Just for one moment there.
Yeah, it's one of those you wish that it had.
And all the judges did that as well. They were looking like, wow, this is impressive. And then...
But that's what makes like a high quality, high score qualifying run is when it looks like you're about to spin out every single time.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the thing. It's literally a difference of 2 to 3
The Jack
degrees.
Shanahan
Yes.
of the runs.
The Jack Shanahan, and we talked to him about it
Yeah.
yesterday. The difference between him and Connor.
Yeah.
Connor's, a little more predictable as Jack. You have no idea what's going to happen.
It's wild.
It's win it or
Something's
bin
going
it.
to happen.
Win it or bin it. That's it. But yeah, you can see. If he would have had maybe another 2 or 3, he's using all of that angle kit. You really, I don't even think they make angle kits that go much past that anyways.
I doubt it, no.
But, Ian, 22nd. So
22nd position, still in.
yeah, he's still in. I got a feeling, though, that's going to be tight. That's going to be real tight.
We shall see. Ole Peter Vatten. Ole Peter Vatten. Launching off the start. Getting quite a decent entry there as he comes in through the first and second clips, fairly deep in 2 and 3, collecting 3 very nicely. Probably one of the nicest runs from 3 I've seen so far. As he comes up through clip 4 beautifully as well. This is looking like a fantastic run from Ole. As I say that, he goes ever so slightly shallow through one of the clips. But I don't know if that'll detract too much from his overall score. That was looking fantastic.
He gave him the announcer's curse, said things were going well, and then it started going south. Yeah,
Always the way.
It looked like just when he transitioned might have been a bit early and kind of got back on the throttle a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And that's all it took to miss part of that zone. But yeah, I do agree. Between 2 and 3, everything looked very tidy, right on the line. Coming through into 4, like good big left foot brake with that camera punch in. And then it was this transition between 4 and 5 where the timing just a little bit off. Yeah. Of course they cut.
Yeah, why not? 81 points, though, keeps him into 11th position.
I'm sure I'll be happy about that.
I would be.
This middle pack is going to be very interesting. Top 32 is going to get wild.
Up now we have Stian Bjorgigen.
Bjorgigen? I think.
Bjorgigen.
Bjorgigen. 1100 horsepower LSX. Ooh, long handbrake there.
Definitely going quick.
Yeah. Coming to 4. All right, he's able to hold it in there quite well. Not quite to the wall. His transition, all that timing.
Oh, slaps the wall. Oh, just about misses that. Thank God.
Just about to say that
Normally,
timing.
I was like, he just let off the brakes just in time before the front end went in there.
I was just going to say the timing looks a bit off, and I wasn't able to finish the sentence before. Yeah. So you can see the handbrake pull there, you know, kind of back and forth with the handbrake, so he's not flat spotting the tires too bad. And then shallow here through 3. Is this our... There it is.
Slap. Just a bit too deep.
Hold into 4 too long, and that's what's going to happen.
I wonder where the sun is. Is the sun where you come around that transition?
Maybe.
It looks like that might be right in your eyes now as you come around there, because that's the second driver in a row we've seen make a mistake there. Different mistake as well.
Yeah, 0. Well, you know what that means? He gets to party early.
Yeah.
That's the one upside. Kim with that beautiful beard. To Denmark. 956 horsepower, very specific. Ooh, now we're getting spicy. Car coming into the fourth zone. Able to get it in there, hold the car back a little bit, slowing the pace down. Let's see what that transition's like. Yeah, didn't make the same mistake as our last driver, but it wasn't amazing. It's not something to put on your resume.
Wasn't horrendous either.
No.
It wasn't. It was
okay.
medium.
It was medium. Mid.
Medium.
Mid, as the kids say now.
Mediocre. Mid.
Mid.
The kids say things.
They do. They make up a lot of things.
I can't understand it.
No.
Kids say nowadays.
No, but I do think talking about this transition between the shadow and the full sunlight, I am curious to see if we start seeing more mistakes in those areas where that transition happens.
It just looks like the shadow is just there as you make that transition.
Yeah.
Which could prove be why we're starting to see some mistakes in those areas.
77, so not quite as good as his 80 from the first run.
Up next we have Mikolaj.
Back with a soarer.
Mikolaj. I'm going to go with Mikolaj. A huge amount of limiter. Toyota Soarer 1JZ that is in there. They sound fantastic. Just they rev so much. Really deep into the start of 4. Can he keep it there all the way? He can. This is looking like a fantastic run. Beautiful. This is what we want to see from your second qualifying run.
Yeah.
Everything.
Leave it out on track.
Yeah.
You got some time in between to make the repairs, so if you're going to go out, just throw it, and that's exactly what he did here. Great initiation. That was a tidy handbrake pull.
Yeah.
It looked good. He was adding angle to the car as he went through. Everything looked very smooth. The suspension setup in that car looks great. You know, it's not bouncing around. It's not acting erratic. It's smooth. He's putting the car exactly where he needs to be. You know, trading some paint with the concrete. That's exactly. This is what we're looking for. This is what makes this exciting. And 91 shows it. So third position so far. Still got a few to go through.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
How far are we through?
About halfway through the second, so 3/4 of the way through the total runs, give or take.
Not bad. Sondre.
Uga. Let's see how
We saw some good stuff from him the first time round.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see that aggression match this time round. Oh, it's certainly got some pace as he comes through first and second, third. Gets a transition done nicely into 4th. Really good looking run. Nice and wide.
Could have been a little deeper there, but I mean, once again, we're getting picky now.
I think we can be picky. I think we can be picky. I think you're right to be picky at this stage.
Yeah. You've got your first run down, your second run you know you need to improve on, and we're expecting you to improve it.
I don't know if that is an improvement on his first run. His
I'm
first
not
run
sure.
was good.
I like seeing these camera angles where you can start to see the driver's input and really understand. When you see those hands being held still, that's how you know there's the confidence in it. And they've picked the right angle. And then same thing, you can watch the wheels to understand where that driver input is. We want to see those angles essentially hit lock and then stay there through the entire zone. And the more you see it waggle back and forth, the more input he's putting in. And you know, I wouldn't say there's deductions there, but the less confidence. But there is an improvement.
It is an improvement.
84 pushing him up into 8th. Let's say a 1. I see he's got 2 JZ / 1 UZ for the engine listed. He's got 2 cars. That definitely wasn't a 1 UZ though.
No, that was JZ. We have Jan Solzberski. Oh, shallow.
He had an error on
very shallow.
Yeah.
Missing all of the clipping points and making a complete pudding of this. This is not good.
I like pudding.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard and aggressive. It's soft and mushy and like something my grandma would eat.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, that's fair. I like pudding though.
I like eating. I don't like driving like it.
Yeah, don't drive like pudding. But yeah, I don't. Just the confidence wasn't there. There was, you know, just a lot of issues in general with how he was driving because he just wasn't doing the full commitment. We saw periods where it shows that he has the confidence in the car, he has the confidence in the ability, but that's just not this run as a whole. And I mean, hey, might as well throw it out for the crowd, right? So.
Forto his first run, 0 in a second. Unfortunately, that is the end of the weekend for Jan. Now, up next, we have my favourite Volvo, Richard Lord, who is not very English, despite his name. Enters into the first corner with plenty of pace, a little bit of a handbrake drag. Can he get the car a little bit more settled? It does look slightly more settled than his first run, Jacob.
Yeah.
As he comes through, transitions late, takes the cone off the top. He really has got this car dialed in between the first and second runs. This is a completely different car.
Yeah, he did
It's
something.
so dialed in that it didn't do anything like that on his first run.
No, and to remind everybody, the last run, the car was acting weird, and it was moving around a lot, and the suspension was bouncing, so I would be very curious if what he changed. He has to have
They
changed
just
something in that car.
stiffened the suspension up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Actually,
We're just guessing at this
I'm
point.
guessing. But
Say it with confidence,
Yeah.
and we'll consider it true. But no, this is a complete departure from the first run. Way more confidence. We do see there.
It's a bit of a correction here.
Oh,
but
whatever.
yeah. It's still cool though. It's fine.
He's popping the cone off the wall. That's what we're looking for. Lots
really
of
good
style
run.
in the run. Like
Yeah,
it was.
I loved it.
It was fun.
And it was my favorite Volvo. It was because I said it was my favorite Volvo. That's why.
78, yeah.
78 puts him into 16th position.
Yeah, big increase there. I do think I'm going to keep 73 as our cutoff.
Yeah?
As of right now.
Okay.
Kieran Casey Drift Falvey team.
Casey Drifting Falvey team.
Ooh, long e-brake. See, not adding angle when he's doing that. If you're going to pull the e-brake, I want to see you add more angle to the car. Does make it up in 3, 4. That was close.
How he didn't go into the wall was absolutely unbelievable. A little bit shallow through the middle of 4 because of it, but
That was almost a new wrap drop going on that car.
I'm just trying to see where that sun is on the driver's eyes. I wonder if we can see it in the replay.
Yeah, we can probably watch inside the cabin and see, but yeah, you see the e-brake pull, but doesn't add that angle until the end. It's too late at that point.
Yeah.
So, but you know, like I said, 3 looks a little bit better. 4, you can tell he got worried there too.
Yeah.
Bit of an e-brake pull.
So yep.
Oh man, that could have been a weekend ruiner right there. Yep. Not bad after that though. I mean, if he would have had that same confidence coming through, 5,
Yeah.
as he did for the rest of the run, it would have been great. So a 69.
Nice. Puts him into
30th
30th position. Isn't he number 69 as well? He's number 69 as well.
That.
Sebastian Fontin. Now we start to look for some special things.
Yes. Great delivery. Big initiation there.
There we go, loads of pace. Look at the speed difference.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome driving from Sebastian Fonte, just like the first round. A bit shadow around the middle of 4 there, uncharacteristically, but flicks the car back again against the wall, using all of the lock of the car. So much style as he comes over the line.
Love seeing that like 90 degrees to the wall coming across the line. Good initiation here. Gets back on the throttle right after. Looks like a very quick e-brake pull. Big angle all the way through 1, pretty much 90 degrees to the wall. Adds more angle using throttle here through 2. I believe this is 3, same thing, just full power, full commitment. Yeah, that's what we want to see. We want you on throttle as much as you possibly can. You know, the e-brake is so easy to tell when you're using it. The left foot brake is so easy to tell when you're using it. But then full throttle is also very easy to tell.
Yeah.
So 89, not quite as good. I would say, you know, outer zone 4 is probably where he lost a couple of those points.
Up next, another Sebastian, this time Engblom.
Coming out of Finland, the AF Race Drift team. They're M50.
Another
Lots
M50.
of kicking around, eh?
A little bit early on that initiation point. Not really just when he slaps the wall. Man, doesn't really affect his line. Huge amount of rotation though. Can he hold on to that? He does look like he's using. Look at all the angle. Ah, now it starts to hurt him as he pulls away from clip 4, makes it to clip 3, trying to get it dialed back in again, but just using loads of angle and then coming across the line.
Yeah, real tough there through 4. You can see him gets on the throttle probably a little too much and kicks the rear end out, and it's kind of all she wrote for the rest of it. But I thought he was going to the wall into 2. Like I was almost sure of it. I'm like, yep, it's over. Nope.
I'm sure that the back of the tire, right at the back of the wheel, was touching.
Yeah, he did a burnout on the wall.
Yeah.
Some mad skill there, and you can see here just going into the zone when he starts to over-rotate. It just looks like he's cooking the tires a bit too much. That's all the lock. That's everything he's got in that kit. So, that's rough, but I mean, that's what full commitment looks like. But 74 gets him on the board, better than a 0. I'll take that run over a 0 any day of the week. Peter Kozlowski.
The most NASCAR guy here.
Yeah.
Car looks NASCAR, he looks NASCAR.
Sounds NASCAR.
A little bit shallow, just like NASCAR. Oh, he uses the handbrake to get a bit deeper into 4 there. I thought he was going into the wall for a second, but manages to keep it away. And the second part of this lap looking a little bit better than the first. He comes very close to 7 and across the line.
Yeah, I honestly, I think turbos out of the hood need to be mandated. That's just me. Wasn't a terrible run. Good to see the angle coming into 1. You know, we can see the corrections. That nice little bit of a wall tap there. It looks like it does push him offline though. Big left foot brake with a big steering correction there.
You see the bits of tyre coming off, like huge chunks of front tyre coming off as his left foot braking and then letting off the brake, and that heated up bit of rubber is just going,
yeah,
massive chunks.
83, so does better his first score.
Yeah, Fionn Roach up next.
Coming out of Ireland. Seen a good mix of like dog boxes and like Samsonas's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody running the old T56, huh?
Tremec T56.
Yeah. Big e-brake there, off the limiter, coming through that initiation.
This is looking tidy from Fionn.
Very smooth. Very smooth. Through 4.
Oh, here we go.
That looks like it'd be comfortable to be in the passenger seat.
This is what we want to see from a guy that is trained by the Shanahans. Just as I say that, he has a wobble through that clip.
It is incredible, like these small town drivers, and you know, just coming out of nowhere. The Shanahans, James Dean. I don't get it. There's just nothing else to do but to drive cars. So.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
I have not.
The roads are something.
Ah, okay. And the fields, right? That was the.
There's all sorts of reasons, and they're all nuts as well.
I've you know what, that I've experienced. I've had the pleasure of partying with a few of them. But yeah, a little bit of an over rotation here. I mean, the rest of the run looks so incredibly smooth. It's like you could take a nap in the passenger seat. Yeah. So we'll see if that betters it. 1 point.
78. And he is in 18th position as we speak.
Pontus Carlson coming up next out of Sweden. More
Another
Volvo.
Volvo. This is your favorite Volvo.
This is up there. This is my favorite Volvo that's here. Oh, this will pop off. That's a nasty car.
Listen to the anti-lag on it. It's mental.
Yeah. See how it goes into 4. Just dragging all the way around. See ya, trunk. And out to 5. They hold the same turn.
A bit twitchy. Bit twitchy.
Just got a little, I wouldn't say cocky, but maybe confident in his run. And that kind of pushed him off the last couple of zones there. But I like that initiation. It was good. Big sweep out, back on the power right away. You can see the driver input. These camera guys are crushing it today. Getting real tight in so you can see what the hand movement looks like. And then here through 4, and we watch this great initiation in, following the curvature of the wall, gets a little bit deeper, throws that rear fender, and the trunk. And you see here as the wind catches it, yeet, and into 5. So it was a good run. I think this should better his first one, although he did miss the majority of one of them. So, yep, 71. Coming 29th. This is what I'm saying. It's going to be close.
It's creeping.
It's creeping.
It's getting that way.
It's getting there.
Up now we have Tim Viner.
It's better when I first called him.
Pardon?
I said, you got the pronunciation right. Because I did not the first time I saw it pop up.
That says something different in America.
Oh, big initiation, though. E-brake after zone 1 is not what we want to see, though.
Oh,
shallow.
We needed to get closer to the walls. That's what we said. It's almost exactly the same as his first run, just being a little bit scared of the walls. But he isn't there.
No.
He just touched the wall at the end of clip 4 perfectly. Why did he do that for all of the clips?
No.
As he comes through and across the line.
Whoa. Hold on to it. There it is. This is a driver that's been running Nürburgring Drift Cup for a while. I mean, looking through his accreditation, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe something with the car, something with the setup, because based on what he's done in the past, he should be doing a little bit better than this. So it happens, though. New track, different layouts, things maybe you're not used to.
It looks like a fresh car.
Yeah, it looks very fresh.
It looks very good. So maybe it is a new car out today.
Yeah. Gotta exercise the demons. Happens, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough to make it into the show. Tumvina?
No, you're right. 61 puts him into 36th position and out of the competition for today. Tomas Falvey up now.
Kind of Ireland.
Another Falvey.
Yep.
12 years Irish Drift Championship veteran.
That is crazy.
Been around a while.
OG. Looks like he came 5th here last year.
Very close to the wall. Coming through clip 4.
Not too bad. Just makes his way through the last couple of zones.
Boy.
There it is.
Nice run from Tomas Falvey.
Yeah, and to put into perspective, the judges are looking for bumper drag every single zone, and that's how you're going to get perfect. Almost a double initiation there again.
Yeah.
It
looks hard, that initiation. I won't lie. It does. It looks really difficult to do.
If any of the drivers are listening, you know what? Just throw us the car. We'll test it out, and we'll see if we can do better. I know we won't, but we'll try.
It's a good way to wreck your car.
Yeah. I'll wreck your car for you. Yeah, it's very easy for us to sit here and make corrections. I know, driving this is not easy, but hey, someone's got to do this job. So, don't know if that's going to beat his previous one. Oh, it does. Okay, 62, but still not enough. That's rough.
I'm now Jamie Farrell,
M2 F87 S550 B30 Turbo.
It's a lot of numbers.
A lot of letters and numbers. A lot of words.
Sounds amazing. Just as good as he did the first time round, funnily enough.
Could have been deeper there in 2 as he comes through 3. Could have been deeper in 3. 4. He's about as deep as you want to get. Might come out of the zone a bit early. Nope, holds on to it. Great car controls me there. 5, slinging that back end around. Perfect little kiss. Holds the angle through 6.
Oh, what? Why?
Why?
Why? No, why? How?
Oh man, what a tidy run up until
happened?
zone 6. I don't know. You have to ask him. Got his number? Give him a call. Hey, I know you just...
I do not.
I know you just zeroed, but I need to ask you something.
Excuse me.
It looked really good. Yeah, excuse me, sir. Everything looked great. I don't know if he just overcooked.
Isn't even offline.
No. Let's see here. Let's look at the front wheels.
No, what?
I don't know what happened there. It almost looked like he grabbed the e-brake. but, run 1, holding him in 6th. Maybe he's trying something new. He's like,
Well, I
I'm
just hope
comfortable
there
with that.
wasn't a mechanical issue or something. So
Yeah.
Now we have Denise Witzman, who
Had a rough one on the first
Yeah.
one. She is very much going to have to make up for it here.
initiates with plenty of enthusiasm as she comes through into the first corner. A little bit of a wobble though.
There's the herky-jerky we were talking about.
Struggles to keep that monster of an E30 under control. Very shallow there, just getting in to the clipping point by millimeters at the end.
These are
shallow again as she comes around the final quarter.
You don't see many E30s at high level of competition.
What?
Yeah, not getting
on
up into
about?
this. No, everybody's swapping over to E36s, E46s. We see the M2s. I honestly think, and I've talked to a couple guys that have tried to build E30s to, let's say, 800 horsepower, pro spec, Pro 2 level, and I just don't think that they have what they need to get to that level.
Have you never seen a Lithuanian drive?
Just all of them?
All of them.
Just all?
Every single one of them.
In at least, I mean, yeah, speaking with...
E30 and Insanity.
Maybe I'm wrong then. Prove me wrong. Every time I've seen an E30 try to come up to this level of competition, they've struggled. We're gonna get into a fist fight by the time this weekend's over, aren't we? between the R33 comment and the E30 comment.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's what I'm saying about the whole scenario.
Maybe in the chat, tag somebody, tag the best E30 driver you know. Matthias.
I know a few.
Northengen, don't jump in there. Chaser, Chase NX. He had a great first run though, didn't he?
Oh! Snap in the wall. Didn't seem to affect it very much. It's on that limiter an awful lot. Feels like he could use an extra gear, or he hasn't quite got the right gearing in that car.
Back end of that
Using
car
a
came off.
huge amount of limiter.
Yeah.
Big flick initiation. Nowhere near where the judges wanted him to be either.
And people saying nice JZX. It was. Most of it is. Yeah, that was rough.
I was seeing if anyone's
Is it angry with me yet?
named any E30 drivers. I mean, what?
Someone threw a knick-knack, but I don't know enough to...
For Skellis.
Ah.
No, that's not knick-knack. For
No,
Skellis.
I know, but someone put knick-knack. I don't know. Did knick-knack ever drive an E30?
No. There we go. Someone goes for Skellis straight away.
Yeah.
Here in Lithuanians are considered Lamborghinis. And you drive them well.
Yeah.
You drive them well.
Yeah.
Right, up now, Lou.
I can never go to Lithuania now.
There's an E30. Come on, dude, E30's proud. Oh, a little bit shallow.
Here we go.
Glyphs 2 and 3 deep into 4, but over rotates. He's going to struggle to keep hold of it. Just about flicks it back into 5. Kisses 5 beautifully, but nowhere near 6. Come on. I know E30s can do it. I've watched them do it. I've watched them do it.
I'm not saying that they can't at all. I'm just saying they are very
No, you
difficult.
did. You were very specific. Don't take it back now. Don't try and claw back.
All right, I'll stand on it. I'll stand on it. Just upgrade. Just spend the money, get an E36 or an E46. Solve your problems.
I think the E30 is the most expensive out of both of those.
So I'm saying, save the money. Save the money and move to an E46. Go to a chassis that's, super proven. Oh, yeah, this is tough. Hey, he didn't have a great first run either, did he? I don't think so. Memory serves me. Lou Farrell,
No.
get a 0. 54, not quite enough. We're gonna need security. I'm gonna get attacked in the pits by the time this is over.
What are you saying now? Why?
I haven't said anything yet. I just mean
what shocking comment is about to come out of your
I
mouth?
don't know yet. And literally anything at any moment.
Oh, it can't be worse than my comment on Mark Brown. It's fine. He's a lovely guy. We do love Mark Brown, and he needs to hold it together for this run. Handbrakes a little bit too much, scrubs a lot of speed off, and struggling to keep that car under control as he comes in through clip 4. Reasonably nicely transitions very early through clip 5. That's not going to set him up well for clip 6, which he misses, and then through clip 7. The car with so much power. It looks like it's got far too much grip. Look, he clutch kicked there. The whole front of the car came right up in the air.
Yeah.
Loads of left foot braking, loads of handbrake, left foot braking. It's all over the
there.
place. Yeah.
I didn't think he had a helmet on for a second.
He's really struggling. I mean, I think he just needs to get the grip out of the car. It doesn't need to go. It's ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
It's I've watched it drive it. When he's not under a pressured situation, it flies. It's so quick. I think he just gets in his own head and run 240. So unfortunately, he will not be in the main competition today.
More big wings. Love me a big wing. I think I've said that a few times now.
Once or twice, I have noted. Now we have Victor Vettermark in this gigantic winged S14. Oh, we commented on how good this looked like.
Yeah.
First time round, it is a beautiful looking car. Oh, yes! That's what we want to see. That's what the big wings are for, just for hanging over the top of walls.
Big wing, big angle.
Come on, take the cone off. Oh.
We still got
Too deep, just on the wrong line.
Oh, man.
As it comes over.
That was wild. That was a roller coaster of emotions. Weren't sure if he was going to bid it. Weren't sure if he was going to have a perfect run. That was crazy. I do love the roof on that. Really cool paint job. So, I think we did mention on the last one just how ridiculous that run was and how much angle he was throwing into it. But yeah, this one was a little less tamed. Although, the first one wasn't super tamed either. But yeah, I think he was just trying to huck it as hard as he could into every single zone, and sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. That interesting transition there. He loads the whole front end up, and then the car kicks back.
Yeah, he kind of got that very wrong, and then transitioned.
Yeah.
And then over-rotated, and then pulled himself up.
66.
Exactly the same point.
Huh.
Unfortunately, that is not enough.
I thought he scored higher on his first one. William Gibbs.
We have William Gibbs. He needs to get deeper everywhere, please. Someone tell me, someone from his victory tell me, you've told him to go deep. Yes, they have. They have spoken. And deep he goes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the William Gibbs that I was looking forward to seeing as he comes through clip 4. Nice and deep. He was a little bit shallow on 3, but we'll gloss over that. Flicks it nicely through clip 5. Look at this. Beautiful pinpoint precision as he comes round the final corner and over the line.
I want to apologize on your behalf to the audio guy that you just blew his eardrums out on, but that was a significantly better run. A lot more confidence, a lot more risk involved, great initiation. I mean, besides the one zone, he had completely filled that as best as he could without, wrecking the rear end of the car.
Just tell judges, don't worry about clip 3.
Yeah, forget about clip 3.
Forget clip 3. That's fine. That was a good run.
Oh, look, an audio tech has come in to warn you.
Oh, no, yeah. It's going to turn. Are you going to turn something down?
Yeah.
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 Definitely. Yeah. That's what's happening here.
It gets a little bit crazy up here.
I get excited,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's near the end of qualifying. And, yeah, we're there. I don't know. Did you turn anything down?
I don't know. I think it was just a warning. Yeah. I think you've been warned. Sir, you need to calm down.
That's not the first time someone said
William
that to me.
Gibbs.
79. Guys, that was harsh. That should have been better. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not just because it's English.
All right.
Alexandre Claudin. Now,
Talking about this car being way too grippy. See if he's loosened it up.
a lot of brakes, very straight, struggling to keep that thing under control.
I would say he has not loosened this up.
Yeah, it looks ungainly, it looks hard, it looks really hard to drive.
Yeah. It is tough. They are a great chassis in a lot of ways, but it does take some deep understanding to get them to a point where they become a little bit more predictable. Depends on what you come from before, too, right? Like, I don't know what his chassis was before this, but if it was something that, you know, even like an S chassis moving into this, it's going to be a big change. Yeah, he's just fighting with it.
It doesn't.
Great wrap job, though. Oh, he's got an FDF front kit on it, so shouts out to Canada. They're manufactured in Canada, so
Cool.
shouts out to Josiah, the owner there, good buddy of mine. Gotta try and get those plugs in wherever we can. I mean, you've been plugging your company the whole time, so.
Once.
Yeah, okay. Just lucky there's no camera on you. You just keep holding the shirt out.
Yeah. Up next is Michael Anderson.
Another Volvo.
In the short Volvo, the shortest of the Volvos we have today. Again, could be a little bit deeper. This looks a little bit similar to the run we had the first time round. Where, yeah, it just doesn't quite look deep enough.
There we go. Getting into it a little bit better now, but a little too late on that one. It's tough.
Just another mediocre run. It was okay.
I would be happy. If I drove that, I would be ecstatic.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
This would be the best run of my life, but
but we're not. We're
not
in here.
No. At this level, like, you know, we talked about these judges are expecting both wheels in every zone and bumper as close to the wall as possible. And not that he's got a lot of runoff to be doing that, but there are quite a few zones where he was not getting both wheels all the way through.
He gets a 69 on that run, putting him into 31st position. A scary place to be. Connor Falvey up now. Let's see how we get on. There's plenty of excitement. I think he broke the car the first time round. And this looks like a really good run so far from Connor Falvey. Flicks it through nice into clip 4, collects that up beautifully. Oh, wow, this is looking absolutely fantastic as he just takes the rear light cover off. Hold on to it. Can he hold on to it? A little bit left foot brake, a tiny correction that comes across the line.
That was almost over there coming into 6. He almost over-rotated the car, but absolutely lit up those West Lakes. It's going to take us a second to get the smoke out of the stadium. But a big left foot brake there, but made it look tidy. Adds a nice bit of angle.
It's smooth.
Yeah. You can use left foot brake. It's just you don't want to notice the change in the car. Like, it's a tool to use. It's just how you use it. But damn, coming into 4 there, that looked great.
Super
It's almost
good.
bouncing off the wall all the way through.
I wonder whether he is. I think he is.
Yeah.
I mean, by the looks of the taillights, yeah. That's exactly what he was
Great
doing.
transition to 5, and this is where I thought he was going to over-rotate, but caught the car, used throttle correctly to kind of push himself out of it. It was a great run. Yeah, 87. Yeah, coming off a 0, that's exactly what you want.
Connor Falvey had a point to prove, and he did just that.
Getting down to our last few here in qualifying, so.
Arunas Namontes.
This is the Platinum Supercar for hire.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can rent that for the drive back to the airport.
That'd be nice.
Ooh, very shallow again. I think he zeroed on his first one. Not looking great here for the second one. Not what you want to see. Although 4 did look good, but transition to 5 was a little lazy. Yeah, completely missed. I think it was zone 2, so. I like the way that engine sounds, though.
Yeah, very loud. Using a lot of limiter all of the time. I don't know whether that's
It's a scoreable run.
the smoothest. Yeah, I imagine it'll get a score, but it's not the smoothest way to drive a car. And it's just missing loads of clips.
Yeah.
I've just been on the limiter the whole time. I know anyone that's seen me drive will say, Michael, do you not remember how you used to drive?
Are you on the limiter the whole time?
Yeah.
Is that what you're known for?
At one point, yes. That and crashing.
That and crashing, yeah. Yeah, I think it was zone 2 there where he basically just missed the whole thing, but 58, not enough. Get him into the show. Very serious looking shot there.
Yeah, it
Looks like a
was.
very serious man. Tor Ane Kavia. just love saying the name.
Oh, it's because you practiced it for so long.
100%. Yeah, no, it was on the plane. People next to me thought I was crazy.
I mean, you are, but...
Yeah, that, you know, completely
Ah, look at this from Tor, throwing it in. Ah, accuracy. Absolutely amazing through clip 3 as well. That was a beautiful run. Can he hold it together through clip 4? Oh, this is spectacular. Flinging the bootlet across the track. I think that was a little bit too deep.
This guy could do
I'm
surgery.
entertained.
He could do surgery with this.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Look, it immediately opens the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic stuff.
Tire smoke right off the launch. Great initiation. Look at power all the way through. Quick little grab of the brake to get the car around. But that's it. 90 degrees to the wall. Comes into zone 2. Almost 90 degrees to the wall there. Into zone 3. Almost 90 degrees to the, like, this is it. This is it. I don't know what else to say.
You reckon that's the best one?
That might have been the best run of the day.
I'm looking at some more numbers.
Don't you spoil it for me.
I'm looking at some more numbers.
Are they big numbers?
I can't see all of the numbers, but I can see some numbers.
Look at
and
that.
They are higher than other numbers have been.
Shocker. Absolute shocker. But, man, he's on lock the whole time. I don't know how he saw anything in that car because the amount of smoke that came out. That is an absolutely enormous run.
And by the looks of the judges' faces, we're going to see
something
any
crazy.
second. A 98-point run puts Tor into first position.
I took my headphones off.
I was building up to it. The judges were looking at me. One of them winked. And I got excited. Not about the score, but no, I'm joking.
I want to know where those other 2 points were. Can someone explain to me afterwards? All right.
Andreas
Anker. Oh, man.
Up now has some boots to fill after that run. But look, very deep, just about kissing clip 2. We're seeing some good run shallow on 3 low as he comes through into clip 4, nice and deep.
As the trunk sits there from Tor's run. Great job here, though. I mean, it's real tough to compare it to almost perfection before it, but that's a heck of a run. Man, that was solid. That's going to be top 5 for sure. Yeah, I mean, good initiation there. The smoke all the way through, full commitment through, dragging the bumper there. You know, it was a good run. I mean, it could have been a little deeper, and this is maybe the difference between a first and a 4th or 5th place run. Yeah, they're definitely battling for, you know, kind of podium from qualifying. So, it's a great job. Yeah, there's just some top-level driving here.
Epic stuff.
Epic stuff. Andres Anker. Oh, 84. 10th. Okay, I was off. All right. I guess I was a little too nice on that one.
You're all excited.
I know.
From the previous one.
Marius Strokas. More BMW action. 1,000 horsepower. Is that 3.4 liter stroked out 2J. Coming through in 3. Nice angle. Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
There.
Good bit of speed as well.
Could have come into 4 a little bit earlier. He's holding it up against the wall. See how this transition is into 5. Big angle. Can he hold it all the way through 6 and 7?
Yeah.
This is
really nice. A very smooth run from Marius.
I believe this is going to be better than his first run. But yeah, look at just blowing the tires off coming into the initiation point. It was a little bit shallow.
Yeah, it was shallow through 1 into 2, but I don't know, the rest of it was so very good.
You can always tell that they've got, you know, the tires really cranking when at the base of the tire where it meets the road, you can see smoke coming off the outside of the tire.
Yeah.
That's how you know they're really crushing it. But an 84 definitely betters his first run, putting him up into 11th. Okay, I had to make a correction. Simon Olsen, 5th overall in Formula Drift. I received a very, very direct message from Mats. Okay. Actually, he's a good buddy of ours, but yes, top 5 in Formula Drift. Simon, let's see how you do here. Almost missing zone 1. Zone 2 gets about halfway through it. Coming through in 3, feels that much better. 4 here, lots of commitment coming in. Starts dragging that carbon Kevlar HGK Mark V Supra body kit around. Into 5, looking a little bit better. Lots of lock coming through 6. And as he finished strong through 7, just seems that initiation is what he's struggling with. I think he's almost got too much power that he's not able to get the speed coming off the car. So you can see, yeah, big brakes there, knows that he's in trouble. At least he doesn't throw the car into the wall.
Yeah, it just kind of gets the wrong line from the off, really. The initiation line is a bit off that as well, and it just threw him off the first couple of clips. But going on from there, just reasonably tidy.
Yeah, it's
lots of smoke, and
yeah.
it looks good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a beautiful car. It is incredibly well built. Yeah, I mean, he's taken really well to the S chassis in America. 83, so definitely increases it. You know, these super chassis, they don't have as much information as maybe, you know, you jump into an Audi Boxy's car that's got years and years of experience on, that car's ready to go. And really, Simon's not driving this car all that often. So.
Yeah. Up now we have Mads Andersen taking the back off of the car on his first run. And we see something a little bit more precise on his second run as he comes around through clip 4. Fairly deep transitions now into 5. It's looking like a fairly reasonable run.
Yeah.
Not really too far wrong.
Not teabag, as we say in Canada.
Not teabag.
Not teabag.
Not teabag. You guys don't even drink tea.
Not really.
No.
Yeah, it's not. Anyways, yeah, not a bad run. Another HGK kit here. It looks like.
Yeah.
You know, definitely better. I believe this is definitely better than his first run. I love how I say believe and then definitely, but the commitment was a lot more there, especially going through 4. He does have that front brake light, so you're able to see a little bit more when he's making those left foot brakes. Just a tap there, quick little taps, and it's those little small corrections to push yourself out in the zone are more acceptable. So an 83, yeah, definitely does better than his first run, putting him up into 16th. Got ourselves a local-ish, local to the country, Jan-Erik Sieber.
Jan-Erik in this 2JZ 370Z. Having a little bit of a trouble the first time round, not getting quite as deep as he'd wanted to in the clips, but looking okay this time. A little bit of a correction coming into clip 4.
And
takes the cone off.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Takes another 2 cones off. And he's getting dialed in by the end of the track.
Yeah. Little shaky there to start, but built up some confidence. Maybe the tires just came into a good window there for him, but you can see shallow through 1, not quite getting all the way out there. Coming into 2, throws that angle on right at the end. And then as we see in 3, this is where he starts to come into his own a little bit more, a little bit deeper, you know, in that shaded area. And then through 4, bit herky-jerky there.
Herky-jerky.
I like to say. And then we start to see bits of wing come off, and that's when you know he's found the zone. Look here.
Yeah, lovely
Boing.
bit driving at the end.
Yeah, bowling for cones.
And the next 2 cones.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, bowling for cones.
We love a massive wing knocking cones off. It's good.
Just every car should be mandated to have wings.
83 points puts him into 17th position.
I believe next up we've got Mikael Overgaard. I'm just adding accents to things in hopes that they're correct.
I like it.
Yeah, from Denmark.
It's definitely a Danish accent.
Is it? Perfect. That's what I'll try. There we go. Could have gone power a bit earlier there. 2 didn't look too bad. 3 looking good. This is a very loud car. Holy.
Into the wall. Just holds it off the wall.
Oh, the can opener. Just gets the trunk open. Transitions into 5. A little early on the throttle again. 6. That is a lot of rev limiter, anti-lag, everything that makes noise that man's got going.
Including body parts falling off.
Yeah.
As he comes over the line, something else rolls off with it. See what it was. It just
stuff.
rolled off after the line, yeah. Plenty of aggression.
Yeah, lots of aggression. The car's angry, the driver's angry. I assume he's angry. But right here through 4, though, this was like superb. Oh.
So it's like you're going into the wall, but manages.
But that's what we
It didn't
want.
really even affect his line that much. It's really good.
Maybe he's got those like suspension bash bars, right?
No doubt.
86.
Into 8th position for Mikael.
I am very curious where the cutoff line is now.
I don't know. Do the judges know where our cutoff line is?
Matthew Steele.
Matthew
Is this
Steele.
your boy?
Yes, Mito came in and had a reasonable first run. Very clean looking car he's got here. Flicks it in a little bit early.
I do like the sound of that SR.
Yeah.
He is fighting though.
Yeah, he does seem to be struggling a little bit.
He's got good car control, but I don't know if the SR is the correct choice. Like, I don't know if that making enough torque and horsepower to be at this level. I don't know what size tires he's running on it, but if he's running like hopefully it's like a 265 or even potentially smaller.
Might even be a 235.
Yeah, if he's running anything bigger than that, that could be a lot of the issues. It's tough. I mean, I'm happy to see people running different engines. You know, JZs are awesome and LSs are awesome, but there's a reason why so many people pick them.
Yeah.
So I think, potentially at this kind of grip level, at this, the precision that we want and how deep you need to go into these zones, that might be what's holding them back. And 52.
52 doesn't improve in his first run.
Sorry, Matthew. Love the engine, love the idea of it, but I mean, like I said, there's a reason why people pick certain engines.
There's tracks that work well. It works well.
100%.
There's tracks it works well for.
Yes.
I
don't think it's this one.
I
don't think it's this one. Our rental car coming up here. Ooh, little wide. Oh, very wide. Continues to be wide. Still wide. If I had a car that looked that good, I wouldn't want to go near the walls either. But that is not what we're here to do today.
No. Yeah, definitely playing it safe. I think so. Oh my goodness me!
Oh, he scratched the paint.
He scratched it, shut it down. That's it.
That's it. It's over.
That was it. It's over.
Put it in the
home
trailer.
now.
Yeah,
Scratch
I'm
the
done.
paint. No, that was too scary.
No more rental.
I will not get my deposit back.
I might get a speeding ticket though.
Don't
remind you. But yeah, just a very hesitant initiation and then a hesitant rest of the run, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the root cause of the problem is.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
And we are on to our final driver in qualifying, Peter Utassi in the F22.
From Hungary. It's a good-looking lad.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not saying our other drivers aren't, but,
Good bias towards that.
Yeah.
He's a bit shallow.
Yeah.
I think he was a bit shallow on his first run as well.
Yeah. Definitely had some issues in the first one. Zone 4 here shows like he knows what to do and he's got the ability, but the car is transitioning quite quickly and biting very quick.
I mean, it looks to me like he needs a bit more time in the car. I have no idea how much time he has had in that car.
Yeah.
But it looks to me like he needs to get that thing, he needs to gel with it a bit more.
Seat time. That's really what it is. So I believe that is going to do it here for qualifying. We're going to get our results up here soon. We're wrapping up a little bit early. It's good. And we're going to have what looks like about an hour and 15, hour and a half break before we get into top 32 for anybody watching at home.
Yeah. So we will be back
at 7:15 local time.
Yeah, 7:15 here. So in England, that's 6:15.
And back home on the East Coast, that is 1 o'clock.
We could go. We could go all day. The point is, we will see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Vorsetzt einfach sowohl im Eindrifting als auch in den Drift Masters mit 98 Punkten sich aufs Podium im Qualifying zumindest. Mit 4 Checken parallel jetzt gerade noch den Zeitplan, wie es jetzt auch für uns weitergeht.
Wir sehen 19:15 Uhr beginnt die Top 32 der IEK, was dann durchgefahren wird bis 23:15 Uhr. Das heißt, wir nutzen die Chance,